Baylor's 2026 home schedule comes to a close today with Game 3 against the UCF Knights. And the Bears are looking to end their season here at Baylor Ballpark on a high note and salvage this series after dropping the first two games. And you can catch all of this Sunday afternoon action right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio. Hi, everyone, and I hope y'all are doing well, and also happy Mother's Day. I'm Jeffrey Cohen. Here alongside me, Andrew Denk. And Andrew, it's been a rough series for the Bears, and over the last couple weeks, it's also been tough sledding, and it's looking like their chances at finding a good spot in the Big 12 tournament are starting to get closer and closer every single game.
Yeah, tough sledding indeed, Jeff. Baylor currently sits 10th in the Big 12 conference standings. 10th is not a place you want to find yourself right now in the season. You need to at least be the 8th seed to get a first-round bye in the Big 12 tournament coming up a week from Tuesday. And Baylor is sitting in a really unique spot. A win today clinches a spot in the playoffs for the Bears. But a loss could set them back into a seed even deeper that they want to be in. However, if they win and keep winning against Utah next weekend, they could find themselves in the 8th seed and secure a first-round bye, along with a sweep of Utah, who currently sits in 9th. And if BYU loses at least 2 games in their upcoming series against number 1 ranked Kansas. So a lot of possibilities here for the Bears going into the end of the season. They need to put together some wins, put together some good at-bats, put together some good innings if they really want to have a deep run into the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah, and right behind them you got K-State, 2 games behind the Bears, and then Texas Tech about 2.5 games behind Baylor as well. So right now it's looking like they're pretty comfortably in, but again, you just want to get in and secure that spot as early as possible. But that also gets into the bigger picture, the NCAA tournament. And this last month and a half has not been very good for the Bears, as we said. Tough sledding. Right now they're standing at 73rd in RPI. And typically, if you want to really be considered on the bubble or really have a good chance at getting an at-large bid, you want to be around the top 55 in RPI. So the Bears, you really need to win every single one of these games. You need to win this game, and then you need to sweep Utah. And honestly, they probably, to get that cherry on top, is make a good run in the Big 12 tournament, which will help their RPI. If they end up winning the Big 12 tournament, that would give them an automatic bid. But obviously, that's a tall order. That's a tall task for these Bears, who have not had that much consistency. But you just got to win it. Everything that's happened in the past has happened in the past. You got to let that go by. And you got to focus on the games that you have in front of you, which you've got 4 more in the regular season, and then try to keep on playing in the Big 12 tournament and give yourself the best opportunity to win. But when we talk about consistency, this overall team has not been the most consistent, but the one who is chasing history today, Tice Armstrong, looking for that single-season home run record.
Absolutely, Jeff, and what an amazing year it's been for Tice. He comes in today the second leading batter for this Bears team, only behind Travis Sanders, with some of the most amazing splits I've ever seen from a first baseman power hitter. He's batting .335 with an almost 1,200 OPS across 50 games played, 63 hits, 14 doubles, a triple, and 21 home runs for 58 RBIs. Tice has had one of the standalone greatest individual seasons in Bears history. And to cement it here today with a potential record-holding 22nd home run would cement his legacy as one of the greatest single-year players of all time for the Bears, and really cement his legacy as one of the all-time greatest Bears to ever play the game.
Yeah, and I mean, he just seems to have gotten better over the last month and a half. Just in April, his batting average skyrocketed from 283 to 317. And now he's coming in with a .335 batting average. That's not something that we were necessarily expecting from Tice Armstrong through the first 2.5 months of the season. We thought he's going to be that pretty stereotypical power hitter, right? Not a great average, but he's going to hit bombs. He's going to drive in runs, but he's been showing everybody that he can do it all. I mean, just a week or two ago was the D1 Baseball National Hitter of the Week. He's ranked as the number 6 first baseman in the country. He's having an unbelievable year, and I mean, he's just gotten better and better. He's riding on a 19-game on-base streak, and that includes a current 8-game hit streak. And he's chasing Charlie Carter, who set the Baylor program's single-season home run record back in 1998 with 21 home runs. But also, whenever you're chasing a record like that, right, it's always going to be a bad experience unless you break it right away. Because for Tice Armstrong, it's been a couple games since he's hit since he hit a last home run, and he's been looking for number 22. And you know it's on his mind. You know it's on the minds of his coaches and teammates and everybody that's watching Baylor baseball. And so that's always a situation that you never really want to be in, right?
Absolutely. And you look at the pitchers UCF threw Friday and Saturday, definitely their two strongest pitchers. Coming in here today, Roman Kimball, their 3 guy, definitely not as strong as the 1-2 punch we saw earlier in this series. This is a great opportunity, the last home game of the year, for Tice to get out of that quote-unquote slump that he's in for home runs. I can't even really call it a slump. It's been 3 games. But to break out here and to smash one into the Brazos would really be a sight to see for Tice today.
Yeah, and I mean, his home and road splits are just wild. You look at the home splits, 28 games, he's hitting .353, 45 RBIs, and 16 home runs. And then on the road, 16 games, he's hitting .306. Obviously not a bad clip at all. 13 RBIs and only 5 home runs compared to what he's done at home. He loves hitting here at Baylor Ballpark, and this will be his last opportunity to break the record in front of the home crowd on this Sunday afternoon on Mother's Day here in Waco. But we'll step aside just for a few minutes, and we will come back as the pregame rolls on. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
We're just a couple minutes away from first pitch here in Game 3 of the series between the Baylor Bears and the UCF Knights. And Andrew, just a quick recap of this series so far. It's been all UCF, and it's just been absolute dominance. They won 8-0 in Game 1, and then they just really gave it to the Bears yesterday, winning 19-3 in 7 innings.
Yeah, 12 hits on Friday, 22 on Saturday. Putting up 7 earned runs on Lucas Davenport on Friday, and then 6 on the starter Zach Wallace on Saturday. Just a total domination from the Knights, and just absolutely amazing performance all around from these batters. 5 hits, 6 hits, all of the box score. Really impressive stuff. Baylor pitchers need to step it up today, as if they want to really win this game today, they need to step up their performance, especially on the mound, and not leaving players on base.
Yeah, and that'll be the mantra today. Try to get this last game of the series, try to salvage something and turn things around. But we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with our starting lineups and first pitch right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Well, we're gearing up for first pitch on this Sunday afternoon, and now it's time for your today's starting lineups. Andrew?
For the Golden Knights, center fielder, number 27, Diamez Ross. In left field, number 30, we have John Smith III. And in right field, rounding out the outfield, number 11, Andrew Williamson. Behind the dish today for the Golden Knights, we have number 24, Zach Skinner. At third, we have number 20, Javier Crespo. At first base, we have number 10, Landon Moran. Designated hitter today for the Golden Knights, number 13, Caden Gaskin. At short, we have number 3, Jordan Lodis. At second base, batting in the 9 hole, we have number 7, Braden Calise. For the Bears, batting first, as always, number 6, shortstop Travis Sanders. In the 2 hole, looking for the 22nd home run, first baseman number 11, Tice Armstrong. Batting third, number 9, Brady Janusek playing right field. In left, we have number 0, Dylan Perez. Batting fifth and designated hitting for the Bears, number 2, Brighton Clements. In center, the grad student, number 23, Ty Johnson. Batting seventh behind the dish for the Bears, number 15, Braden Buchanan. At 8th, we have second baseman number 5, Pearson Reebok. And in the 9 hole, third baseman number 8, Cole Landcloss. And rounds out the lineups for today.
And on the mound for the Bears, making his final start at home, the senior out of Austin, Texas, the left-handed pitcher, Ethan Calder, making his 13th start of the season, a .467 ERA through 61 2/3 innings pitched. Second most strikeouts on the team with 47, right behind Lucas Davenport's 68, as the Bears wearing their gold jerseys with the green letters and numbers and white pants. UCF wearing their all-gray road uniforms with the black caps and the gold UCF across the forehead.
Bears are 8-4 when wearing their gold unis. However, they're 4-8 on Sundays. Let's see which one comes out on top today.
And they'll really need a great performance by Ethan Calder to try and keep Baylor's hopes alive of an extended postseason. Diamez Ross will lead off this ball game. Left-handed hitter hitting .298 on the season. Leads the team with 16 stolen bases. He's 16 for 18 on stolen base attempts.
5'10" outfielder from Melbourne, Florida. Previously played at Florida State before transferring to UCF.
First pitch from Ethan Calder. Called a strike on the inner third to Ross.
Lefty on lefty matchup here to start the game.
Ross tied for 9th in the Big 12 with those 16 stolen bases. Check swing on that slider low and away. Appeal over to third base. Says no swing. A home plate umpire today, Seth Buckminster. First base, Andrew Fulton. Second base, Chris Koski. And then the one at third to round out this umpiring crew, Mike Morris. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got Ross to swing on top of the low breaking ball. It's now 1-2.
Ethan Calder allowing leadoff hitters to bat an impressive .446 against him this year. Definitely looking to strike out the first batter here.
Swing and a miss and a drop third strike. Throw over to first in time. And it will be a K to start off the afternoon for Ethan Calder.
Really great off-speed stuff so far from Calder. Forcing a lot of guys to chase. Showing a fastball tunnel early and then pivoting down low to that change up into a slider. Really nice work from Calder for the first batter of the game.
So it'll be the power swinging John Smith III. Turns on that first pitch and fouls it straight back. Smith, a .327 hitter, tied for the team lead with 11 home runs on the season, as well as a team leading 46 RBIs. Fastball a little too high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Smith, the senior from Apollo Beach, Florida, transferred from South Alabama. Ropes this one in a deep center field. Backing up is Ty Johnson, and he will make the catch on the warning track for out number 2. That ball, 99 miles an hour off the bat. And we've seen UCF really get a hold of some of these pitches. I saw a couple times yesterday some of those balls going into the triple digits off the bat.
Yeah, I was going to say that ball was absolutely roped, but good job there by Johnson to track it down near the warning track there, near the 400 mark. Not leaving the ballpark quite yet.
First pitch to Williamson, misses inside. Williamson, the junior from St. Petersburg.
Williamson definitely a leader on this team. He was named the Big 12 Conference Honorable Mentions at the start of the year and also made the preseason All Big 12 first team.
It's the 1-0 high and tight. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs, nobody on to the UCF right fielder. Riding a 5-game hitting streak. Breaking ball in at the knees, called a strike. That's a 2-1 count.
The junior from St. Petersburg, Florida, was named the Cal Ripken Collegiate League Most Outstanding Hitter of the Summer in 2024 before his sophomore season.
They get a hold of that ball, a ground ball, but it goes foul just past the first base bag. 105 miles an hour off the bat.
Quickly showing off the pop these UCF hitters can have. Definitely one of the more potent offenses in the Big 12, showing how they earned that 3 seeding so far throughout the year.
Swing and a miss. Got him to chase on the slider low and away. And 2 strikeouts, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ethan Calder to get things started in his final home start as a Baylor Bear. And we'll get our first look at the Baylor lineup when we come back. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
So we head to the bottom of the first inning. The Travis Sanders, Tice Armstrong, and Brady Janusek do it for the Bears, but on the mound for the UCF Knights, the senior right-hander Roman Kimball, making only his 4th start of the season, a 5.04 ERA through 25 innings pitched. Got 22 strikeouts to 9 walks.
And Kimball just recently became a starter, usually uses a long relief guy here for the Golden Knights. Only 3, this is his 4th start now on the year for UCF.
First pitch to Travis Sanders, paints that low and inside corner, called a strike. Yeah, he made his first start back on April 14th against Jacksonville. Made his 2nd start on the 21st against Bethune-Cookman, and then his 3rd and most recent start against Stetson on the 29th. So a guy who typically doesn't play, or typically doesn't start on the weekends, as Travis Sanders swings on top, or swings under, excuse me, on the high fastball. And Sanders down in the count 0-2.
Yeah, Sanders definitely needs to lead this offense today. 9 players left on base yesterday, and not a ton of hits. Really only got a lot of guys on there from walks. Definitely looking today for the Bears to get guys on base and then bring them home.
Almost jammed up on that high and inside pitch, but able to foul it back. Still 0-2.
3 straight fastballs here from Kimball. Definitely setting up the top of the zone early in the at-bat.
Kimball gets set. And he deals. This one lifted high down the right field line. Giving it a look is Williamson, but he will run out of room as it's a foul ball. And Travis Sanders, he's had a very good year at the plate. Obviously, he's been overshadowed by Baylor's first baseman, Tice Armstrong, but leading the team with a .368 batting average. He's got 34 RBIs, 5 home runs. Put together a very good redshirt junior campaign. As that breaking ball misses low and away. Doesn't get a swing from Sanders. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Working into the 6th pitch of this at-bat. Sanders, the currently 7th in Big 12 for batting average, batting with an over 1,000 OPS this season.
Another slider misses away. Sanders, who is down 0-2 to start this at-bat, worked his way into a tied count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
tied for 7th in overall hits, but stands alone.
2-2, swing and a miss. Travis Sanders trying to elevate on the high fastball, but unable to make contact as he's down on strikes. And that will bring up Tice Armstrong. As we said, once you tie a record, every single thing you do, every single at-bat you take is going to be under a magnifying glass. Everybody starts to inch up towards the edge of their seats whenever he steps into the right-handed batter's box. And this time is no different. Still just one swing away from program history. First pitch ground ball to short. Backhanded on a knee by Lodis. And he will get the throw in time to get Armstrong for out number 2.
Yeah, that may be the one thing that Armstrong lacks is explosive speed out of the box. Righty batter automatically puts him at a disadvantage to get down that line faster. And despite a well-hit ball to the backhand of the shortstop Lodis over there, he unfortunately could not beat out the throw there. And a good throw it was, too, really, from the backhand jump.
First pitch to Janusek, misses low and away, gets by Skinner all the way to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. Now, when you look at Armstrong, I think if you're a scout or evaluator looking at him, you won't really knock him for not having the best speed, just considering how good of a bat he swings. Has so much power. Does a great job of pulling, particularly sliders, as Janusek gets under the high fastball. It's now 1-1.
Janusek has had a very impressive campaign this season. 67th in the Big 12 for OPS. Really finding ways to get on base, stay on base, and hit for some power as well.
Swing and a miss. Again, can't make contact with the high fastball. It's now 1-2.
He's the only other player other than Tice Armstrong to have double-digit home runs this season.
Swing and a miss. And Brady Janusek, who's been struggling at the plate the last 2 weeks, now just 2 for his last 31 at the plate. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Roman Kimball. So both teams going down in order here in the first inning on the Sunday afternoon in Baylor Ballpark as we head to the second inning right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
So both teams going down 1-2-3 to start this ball game. Much better start for Baylor pitching than yesterday. Zach Wallace giving up 6 runs in the top of the first inning yesterday, and the Bears 19-3 run rule loss to UCF. UCF totaling 22 hits. Ended up leaving 12 on base, but when you score 19, that's not really a number you care about, as Skinner swings on top of the low curveball. Skinner leading this team with a .369 batting average. turns on the 0-1 pitch and fouls it back.
Yeah, Skinner just 1 point higher batting average than the Baylor Bears leading batter, Travis Sanders. Very impressive year at the plate for him.
The 0-2 pitch from Calder. This one lined into center field, but Ty Johnson able to make the play to his right, and that's out number 1. As Ethan Calder retires, the redshirt senior out of Melbourne, Australia. And that'll bring up Javier Crespo.
Redshirt senior from Orlando.
First pitch misses away to Crespo. Crespo, one of the multiple players on this roster, homegrown from Orlando. The 1-0 pitch misses upstairs.
Transferred in from Florida International University. Owls got some fame back in, was it 2022 when they made the Final Four appearance against?
That's FAU.
Oh, FAU, oh, that's right.
Yeah, FIU basketball, definitely a different story as the 2-0 is called a strike at the knees. The Crespo, a .336 hitter, 21 RBIs on the season. Serves as the UCF third baseman. Here's the 2-1. Little early on that swing, grounds it foul down the third baseline. Crespo currently on an 11-game on-base streak, going back to April 21st. It's not even his longest of the season. He had an 18-game on-base streak throughout the month of March as he pops one up on the infield. Cole Landcloss, the third baseman, makes the catch on the foul line, and that's out number 2. Cole Landcloss just recently getting involved in this lineup.
In the 9-hole today for the Bears, but definitely looking for a productive afternoon from him. That third base position has been one of the more competitive positions for the Bears this season. A lot of different starters over there at third.
First pitch to Landon Moran, called a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Yeah, Landcloss getting the nod at third base only a couple weeks ago. Cade Dodson being done for the year with an injury. That one skips in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, and third base has just been a tricky position for Baylor so far. Cade Dodson transferred in from UT Arlington, didn't really pan out at the plate, and then Brighton Clements being in and out of the lineup. It's the 1-1, a slider misses low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and the bases are empty for Landon Moran, the UCF first baseman. Calder deals. Just gets a piece of it, and it'll be a foul ball. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Moran, a .283 hitter on the season. Lefty on lefty. Here's the 2-2. This one lifted high into left field, playable for Dylan Perez, and he makes the catch. And it's 6 up, 6 down to start this Sunday afternoon for Ethan Calder, as we are still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning right here from Baylor Ballpark. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
So Roman Kimball back out on the mound. Last time he pitched was last Saturday against Arizona State, where he gave up 1 run on 3 hits through 4 1/3 against the Sun Devils. It's the same team that got the best of Baylor not too long ago, just 2 weeks ago. The Sun Devils sweeping the Bears in Tempe. Dylan Perez will be the leadoff hitter. First pitch from Kimball misses way outside. Perez, the freshman left fielder. Swings on that 1-0 pitch, fouls it down the left field side.
Not a ton of action this season for Perez, only 75 at-bats throughout the year.
This is his 20th start.
Definitely looking to make a strong impact down the stretch here for the Bears.
The 1-1 pitch misses away. Really made a name for himself against UTSA back on April 14th. Got the walk-off base hit in the 12th inning against the Roadrunners. And since then, he's been a staple in this lineup as a true freshman. Here's the 2-1. Popped up, and that will go out of play and foul.
Another Bear player struggling with the strikeouts here. 33% strikeout clip for Dylan Perez. Definitely something to seek improvement on going into the sophomore campaign.
Here's the 2-2 from Kimball. Up and away, and the count runs full. Yeah, Dylan Perez, one of 3 freshmen in this lineup, alongside Brady Janusek and Cole Landcloss.
And Baylor definitely a very heavily dependent on their younger underclassmen, looking to really build this program from the ground up.
The 3-2 pitch misses away, ball 4. And Dylan Perez will serve as this ball game's first base runner. So he reaches base with a leadoff walk. That's his 11th walk that he has drawn this season. And that'll bring up Brighton Clements, who's DHing.
Not a guy who runs a whole lot on first, but he is 1 for 1 on steals this year. Definitely a good at-bat from him there, working into a deep count and then drawing the walk, allowing Brighton to step up to the dish here, batting .304 this season.
First pitch to Clements, misses downstairs, ball 1. The Bears having 3 players in double-digit stolen bases. It's Pearson Reebok, Brady Janusek, and the team leader, Travis Sanders. Kimball gets set out of the stretch. And he deals. There goes Perez. But that one fouled off Skinner's mask. So Perez will have to retreat to first.
Hit and run on there for the Bears. Looking to get out ahead early. Previous 2 games, they got smoked in early innings, setting them down really fast. And today they're really coming out aggressively. First base runner of the game here for the Bears. They're looking to make a statement early and set the tone so that they can secure the win here on Sunday.
Throw back over to first, but Perez back in a hurry. He's in safely. Yeah, the Bears stranding 9 runners yesterday.
Yeah, a lot of stolen bases for this Bears team. 2 players in the top 10 for the Big 12. Pearson Reebok sitting at 17th. It's 3 in the top 20.
The 1-1 swing and a miss. Clements was way behind on that fastball. Looked like it was just a late decision. Didn't really hesitate on the swing, but he just started that load way too late and was unable to match the 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Kimball. Now 1-2. Throw over to first. Closer play, but Perez is in safely.
Good throw over there by Kimball. Really nice low throw. First basemans like it whenever it's able to be caught and tucked right in to the bag like that. It's a very good throw over right there.
Another throw over to first. And it just seems like those pickoffs getting a little bit closer and closer to getting Perez out at first, but able to scramble back to the bag. So it's now 1-2. No outs, runner on first. Here's the pitch to Clements. Lifts this one high, but it goes back, and a foul ball. Clements, a .304 hitter on the season, has played most of his games at third base, but has started to see more opportunities at DH since Cole Landcloss has gotten the nod at the hot corner over the last 2 weeks or so. Another throw over to first. Again to no avail.
You're boring, everybody. Quit boring, everyone.
You talk about it a lot, but there's no disengagement rule here in collegiate baseball yet, so the pitcher has the opportunity to throw over as much as he likes during this at-bat.
Another 1-2. Swing and a miss. High fastball gets Clements down on strikes, and that's K number 3 for Kimball.
The son of Melissa Johnson, the center fielder.
That'll bring up Ty Johnson, another guy who's been at Baylor for quite some time. Transferred to Baylor from McLennan Community College before the 2023 season. That was his best year with the Bears, hitting over 300. Shows bunt. It'll go straight back and foul.
Another speedy runner here, looking to not only advance the runner to second base, but with his legs, he could easily beat out if the bunt is well placed, he could easily beat out a throw down the line to first.
Hit .261 as a senior in 2025. Hit .313 as a junior 2024. 2024 was actually his first year, as that one misses upstairs. The third season with Baylor after spending 2 years at MCC.
And a very popular player amongst the fans. I know Ty Johnson enjoyer on Instagram, very followed baseball fan page, and obviously a Ty Johnson specific fan page.
Another throw over to first, non-time to get Perez. Yeah, I know. Seen them come to these games as a fan club, but haven't seen them this weekend. This is their last chance to see Ty Johnson in a Baylor uniform as the 1-1 misses upstairs. Obviously, you're in the middle of finals, but...
Yeah, with finals and the whole shiny Hunter's hack, unfortunately, a lot of students are in a bit more of a fritz than they would like to be this time of year. Ty Johnson fan club does not appear to be active today.
So 2-1 misses away. 3 balls and a strike to Ty Johnson. Kimball at 27 pitches so far, 16 of them for strikes, 11 for balls.
Johnson went on base, 8 for 12 with stolen base attempts. Definitely a pair of legs the Bears like to have.
Another pickoff over to first.
Let's go while we're young.
Great hitters count here for Johnson.
And that Dylan Perez stolen base attempt has really seemed to get into Kimball's head. So here's the 3-1. Upstairs, ball 4. Second walk allowed by Kimball this inning, and that puts runners on first and second with only 1 out. And that'll bring up Braden Buchanan.
Going to the plate, the son of Ann Buchanan, the catcher number 15, Braden Buchanan.
Pitching meeting here for the Golden Knights. They're going to come out 2 walks this inning for Roman Kimball.
And that'll be pitching coach Drew Thomas making his way out. Guy coming up to bat, Braden Buchanan, getting the nod in this series. Also got to play against Texas State after J.J. Kennett left that game, got hit in the eye with a pop-up foul ball, and it had refractured his orbital bone in his face, which he had already fractured earlier in the season getting hit by a ball.
And really, what a tough year it's been for Baylor catchers.
Yeah.
2 guys really fighting it out for this position, neither of which really proving their case. But you never want to see J.J. Kennett go down like that. Prayers for him on a speedy recovery. He comes back healthy and strong.
This one, check swinging. It's a fair ball, ground ball to Kimball. He'll toss it underhand over to first for out number 2. Both runners will advance. So an awkward play by Braden Buchanan. That pitch was close to face level, and he was trying to check his swing, but was able to hit a soft ground ball right back to Kimball.
Yeah, a defensive check swing that was, really. He was protecting his head there. That pitch was some chin music, and instead of leaning back and getting out of the way, he tucked his hands up, and it actually clipped the bat in such a way that it went right to the pitcher. Thankfully, 2 speedy runners on, so no double play could be forced there.
First pitch to Pearson Reebok, called a strike right down the middle. So 2 runners in scoring position. It's Dylan Perez on third, Ty Johnson on second. 2 outs, infield playing straight up.
Reebok really a guy. Slow sophomore campaign for him.
He takes a big swing and gets under the fastball. So now 0-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on.
Had an amazing freshman campaign here for Baylor, batting almost 300. Now only batting 188 this year.
Here's the 0-2. Check swing, and he went around. That's called third strike. And the Bears will strand 2 runners in scoring position as we remain scoreless through the first 2 innings here in Waco. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Ethan Calder on for inning number 3. He's sent down the first 6 UCF batters he's faced today. It'll be Caden Gaskin, Jordan Lodies, and Braden Kelly's due up for the Knights. First pitch called a strike to Gaskin. 275 hitter on the season. That one called a strike, and Gaskin quickly down in the count, 0-2. Pitch from Calder. Hard ground ball, backhanded by Reebok, and he gets the throw over to Tice Armstrong in time for out number 1.
Great play there. Comebacker off the mound, just skips past the left side of Calder there on the mound. And Reebok makes an impressive backhand grab there to throw over to Armstrong. And Armstrong catches everything over there, really. I mean, you get a ball in his vicinity, 99.9% of the time he's coming down with it.
First pitch, another two-hopper, and it's off the glove of Reebok. Tries to recover, and his throw takes Armstrong off the bag. So after a good defensive play from Pearson Reebok, this one a little bit of a tougher pill to swallow. So we'll see what the ruling is on that one. But either way, Lodies will be on base with 1 out.
Lodies 4 for 4 stolen base attempts this season. Baylor fans not happy with that play by Reebok. Bad bobble and then a bad throw.
First pitch, breaking ball, called on that low and outside corner for Ethan Calder. 4th season with Baylor. What a journey he's been through with the Bears. Came in mainly as an outfielder, as threw over to first. But Lodi's back in time safely. He broke his hand the fall of before his freshman season. So was unable to hit throughout that fall. And then was called over to pitch and has never looked back. Another pickoff attempt over to first will not be successful. Was in the bullpen for those first 2 seasons, his freshman and sophomore campaign, and then last year moved up as the Friday night starter. One of the best pitchers under Sean Snedeker in his first year, as he gets that breaking ball in at the knees. It's now 0-2 to Calise. And then moved to Sunday afternoon starter this year to close out. It's been a great Baylor career for Ethan Calder. Gets set. Deals out of the stretch, and he'll just throw over to first.
That ball by Lodies was officially ruled an error on Reebok. So the no-hitter for both teams still intact. First base runner of the day for the Golden Knights.
The 0-2 from Calder way upstairs. Buchanan had to elevate to make sure that ball didn't find the backstop. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first. The 1-2 pitch. Another breaking ball, this time just misses outside. A really competitive pitch from Calder. That one looked good from our viewpoint, but home plate umpire Seth Buckminster would disagree with us. It's now 2-2.
Yeah, most of the dismay of the Baylor faithful here today.
Ground ball down the third base line, and it's just foul. A great diving play by Cole Landcloss.
Probably for the best there. He was fully extended on his belly to get up from that spot and gun it to first base in time. Not the most likely play in the world.
Yeah, that would have been an unbelievable play. We've already seen 2 SportsCenter top 10 plays from Brady Janusek over the last week or so.
Home run robberies like Joe Adell out there and right.
The 2-2 just below the knees. I don't know about that one.
And Calder thought he had it too. He was walking off the mound, ready to get a little trot going, get some steam going, but not a call there from Seth Buckminster yet again.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first. Here's the pitch. Lifted high. Tice Armstrong gave it a glance, but that ball will find the seats. Yeah, that breaking ball that missed outside for ball 2. That one I could understand, but the ball 3 right there, that one looks like a pitch that's been called for a strike earlier today, but Calder will have to regroup. Here's another 3-2. That one misses outside, ball 4. Back-to-back base runners for the UCF Knights. That puts runners on first and second with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning.
The lineup will flip over here now for the Golden Knights. Some dangerous bats now.
Yeah, you really need to be careful if you're Ethan Calder. You don't want to let this inning get out of hand. A good ground ball, which Calder is great at inducing ground balls, that could end the inning. But you just got to make sure that ball stays on the infield. First pitch misses low and away, ball 1.
Although with Diamez Ross's speed, 16 for 18 stolen base attempts this year. He gets down the line fast out of that lefty batter's box. Hitting a double play ball here might prove more difficult than theory.
Another slider trying to find that low and outside corner. Can't quite get it. It's now 2 balls, no strikes to the Knights center fielder. Calder looks back to second, but he'll go home. Gets the inner third, gets a called strike on the fastball. That's strike 1. Calder 49 strikeouts to 15 walks on the season. Had 2 strikeouts in the first inning. This one hit deep into right field. Brady Janusek looks back, and this one is out of here. Diamez Ross, a 3-run shot, and that gives UCF a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, leaving a ball hanging like that at the top of this Golden Knights order, I mean, they will rake you. They've done it throughout the series so far, and that's just another one that they're going to absolutely pulverize out into the Brazos over there in right center field. Great piece of hitting there. Unfortunate pitch for Calder, as that will be the first hit of the night for either team. And 2 earned runs.
First pitch popped up into foul territory as Tice Armstrong will run out of room. So John Smith, the third, down in the count, 0-1. Smith flew out to center field his first time up. He pieced a ball that went to the warning track. This one is swung on, hit deep, hit far, and it is gone. Back-to-back jacks for the UCF Knights. It's 4-0.
In the top of this order, they just find ways to hit, man. No matter what the cost, these guys hammer the ball time and time again. Back-to-back jacks here. Really potent offense in the Big 12. Really, really potent. As Snedeker is going to come out here and have a talk with Calder.
And that was Smith's team-leading 12th home run of the season. So UCF coming into today ranked 12th in the Big 12 in team home runs, but with the 2 in this inning, they've now leapt over Baylor into 11th, now with 45 home runs on the season. Baylor now at still at 44. The UCF Knights coming into today hitting a 290 clip as a team, as the first pitch misses up and in to Andrew Williamson.
Still not out of the fire yet. Only 1 out in the inning for the Bears.
Fastball called on the inner edge. 1 ball, 1 strike to Williamson. Breaking ball inside, and that's ball 2. Williamson struck out swinging to end the top of the first inning. Calder's most recent strikeout. Turns on that 2-1 pitch and fouls it to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and the bases are empty. What's now a 4-0 ball game. UCF 4 runs on 2 hits. Baylor no runs on no hits. That ball right between the legs of Buchanan goes all the way back to the wall. And the count runs full. Swing and a miss. Williamson way out ahead of the slider. And he'll be struck out for the second time today. And seeing a 4-run top of the third. Now looking back, if you're the Bears, you really could not afford to strand those 2 runners in scoring position in the bottom of the second.
Absolutely not. I completely agree.
First breaking ball called a strike. It's 0-1. It's to Zach Skinner. 0 for 1 today. Flew out to center field in the second inning. Swings at a low and inside pitch, able to get a chopper that goes foul.
Fortunately, if you're the Bears right now, you need to be looking for some senior leadership from your 1-2 hitters. Sanders and Armstrong here coming up. 9-1-2 due up for the Bears next. Really got to lean on them to get you runs.
0-2, a little low, and that's ball 1.
Or at least get you base runners to get a rally started here. 4-0, not an impossible comeback. But the bats this series have been very cold for the Bears.
Skinner just gets a piece of that 1-2 pitch. Fouls it straight down. So the count will remain the same. Calder with another 1-2 pitch. This one a dribbler down the third base line, but it will go out of play. Skinner spending the last 2 seasons with Lamar. He's a senior in 2025, All Southland Conference preseason first team. Ended up hitting .277 with 37 runs, 5 home runs, 50 RBIs for the Cardinals. Also behind the dish, caught 7 runners stealing 2025. This one just below the knees. Calder was starting to make his way off the mound. I guess it's part of just where his body moves when he pitches. The lefty thrower kind of landing forward and to the right, as this one is a line drive into center field, and it will drop right in front of Ty Johnson. As it will be a 2-out base hit for Zach Skinner. That's the third base hit of the inning for UCF. That'll bring up Javier Crespo.
And the Bears here really just looking for some answers right now. They don't want to get mercy ruled back-to-back, especially here in Big 12 play when it matters so much for their standings and for the rest of their season. Really need to find a way to fight back here in what's been a really sluggish series, especially for the Bats. Only 3 runs through 2 games for the Bears now.
First pitch to Crespo, caught that up and inside part of the zone. It was called a strike. So it's now 0-1, 2 outs, runner on first. So that one skips in and gets by Buchanan, as Skinner will advance to second on the wild pitch.
Really tough inning out here for Calder. Over 30 pitches thrown this inning. 4 runs allowed, 3 earned, 3 hits, a walk.
That one a swing and a miss. Crespo fishing for that breaking ball in the dirt. So it's now 1-2, 2 outs, the runner in scoring position.
And, of course, if you're on the mind of the pitcher here, you're really frustrated about some of the calls you've gotten, especially early in this inning, that have set up even more explosive runs later on.
This one ground ball to Landcloss, and he will tag out Skinner at third. Some poor base running for UCF. But that will end the inning. The Knights strike for 4 runs in the top of the third, thanks to back-to-back home runs, a 3-run shot from Diamez Ross, and then a solo home run and team-leading 12th home run for John Smith III. Well, the Bears now gonna have to play from behind, trailing by 4 runs as we head to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Final home game of the 2026 regular season for the Baylor Bears. Last broadcast of the spring semester for us here on the Baylor Lariat Radio. It'll be Cole Landcloss, Travis Sanders, and Tice Armstrong due up for Baylor. First pitch to Landcloss, called a strike on that low and outside corner. 0-1.
Third baseman Javier Crespo playing way in front of third base, almost into the grass here. Speedy legs of Cole Landcloss have him nervous.
Tried to get a front door slider to get called on that low and inside corner, but doesn't get the call by Buckminster. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike for Kimball. That one just below the knees. 2-1 count to the Baylor third baseman. Made his first appearance in the field back on April 24th against Arizona State. It's 5 for 26 at the plate this season. 2-1. Low and away. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, if there's one thing that Kimball struggled with today, it's his control of pitches. 36 pitches thrown, 15 of which for balls. And a walk here would prove very fruitful if Sanders and Armstrong could continue this rally and get some runs on the board for the Bears.
And there it is, ball 4. Third walk allowed in this ball game by Roman Kimball. And for the second straight inning, the leadoff runner will be aboard for the Bears. It was Dylan Perez last inning who led off the bottom of the second with a walk. So that'll bring up Travis Sanders, and then Tice Armstrong is on deck, and Brady Janusek in the hole. Righty on righty. First pitch from Kimball. Chopped at and fouled. Sanders struck out swinging to lead off the day for Baylor's offense. 0 for 1 today.
And that ball Fouled off, got past the catcher, Zach Skinner there. I didn't hear anything. I thought it was a passed ball at first.
Kimball deals. That breaking ball just missing Travis Sanders' kneecaps. Almost got hit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, in that first at-bat, Kimball really using that top part of the zone, even going above, trying to get Sanders to elevate. Throw over to first, not in time to get Landcloss. This time, a little bit more of an east-west approach. First pitch was towards the outside. Got a swing and fouled from Sanders, and then that second pitch missing the zone on the inside. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and fouled hard.
Just underneath that one, late and underneath it on the fastball.
So 1-2 count to Travis Sanders. No outs, runner on first. Cole Landcloss 2 for 3 on stolen base attempts and his limited amount of playing time as a freshman. And that's a swing and a miss. Back pick over to first, not in time to get Landcloss, but Travis Sanders down on strikes for the second time today.
And that pitch was way high. Fastball again, really elevating Sanders. And for some reason, that's a tempting pitch for Travis today. Down on strikes for the second time on the pretty much the same pitch that we saw him go down in the first inning. Need to see some improvements out of him today if the Bears want to have a chance to come back in this one.
First pitch to Tice Armstrong. Slider low and away, ball 1. That's the kind of pitch that Armstrong wants. He wants to get that slider from a righty going down and away from his body, which he's so good at being able to pull those balls to left field. Just needs to find one hitting a good chunk of the zone. Here's the 1-0. That one downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Armstrong grounded out to short. His 1 time up, that was back in the first.
Closest ball the Bears have had today to a real base hit. Impressive play at short there by Lodi's.
Another throw over to first, but Landcloss back in safely. This one swung on, hit deep. Tice Armstrong has taken his throne. Tice Armstrong, the new single-season home run record holder for the Baylor baseball program.
Armstrong!
What an unbelievable year for Tice Armstrong, coming in after his senior season at UT Arlington, and has cemented himself in the Baylor record books with home run number 22.
And you were right, Jeff, you called it. It was the slider low and away, and he went down and hammered it to left. No doubter. I mean, Smith, the third out there and left, took one look at it and didn't take a second step. That thing was crushed onto the soccer field.
And with that home run, Tice Armstrong passes Charlie Carter, who set the program record for 21 home runs in a single season back in 1998. It's the 1-0 pitch, called a strike on that low and inside corner to Brady Janusek. And just what a season it's been for Tice Armstrong. One of the best hitters in the nation. And he will be a guy that plenty of teams will be giving a look at in the upcoming MLB draft. That one a swing and a miss from Janusek on the high fastball.
And despite not using it as much, the high fastball has been Kimball's best pitch today, getting a lot of whiff on that pitch. Definitely something to look at more is, will he continue to use the breaking ball at the same rate, or will he increase fastball rate?
And this one, belted deep, hit far, it is out of here.
He hit himself on the scoreboard with that one. What an impressive swing there by Janusek, and back-to-back homers for the Bears now. They're right back into this game.
So after a monumental home run by Tice Armstrong, Brady Janusek follows up with another solo shot, and the Bears have cut their deficit in half. It's now 4-2. Excuse me, 4-3.
The left fielder number 0, Dylan.
That's right, the Tice Armstrong home run, a 2-run shot. So the Bears now only down by 1.
And if you're Mitch Thompson, this is the exact response you want to see from your guys out there at the plate. A really slow offensive series for the Bears. They have now doubled their total runs for this series in this inning alone. Back-to-back home runs in response to the back-to-back home runs the UCF Knights put up. Still down a run. You cannot get complacent here against such a high-power offense, but the bats are awake now, and Kimball has not been throwing his best pitches today. Let's see if Dylan Perez can start a one-out rally here and give the Bears a chance to tie this game up.
Well, that'll do it for Kimball's day, as the Knights will go to the bullpen for their first time this afternoon, and we'll step aside. And when we come back, we'll get the rundown on the new UCF arm. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
So new pitcher in for UCF after Roman Kimball gave up back-to-back home runs, and it's the freshman right-hander out of Winter Springs, Florida, Max Murray.
Yeah, Max Murray, righty, 6'2", played at Haggerty High School. He was the All-Conference Player of the Year and was the #1 ranked first baseman in the state of Florida, despite being moved to pitcher already in his freshman year. Put up some impressive stats, 4.64 ERA. With only 22 hits allowed. Really impressive numbers here from the freshman, who wasn't really expected to play, wasn't really expected to pitch, was expected to be a hitter probably coming into his program here at UCF.
So the 1-0 pitch, called a strike to Dylan Perez. Murray pitched on Friday against the Bears through 2 1/3 shutout innings, giving up only 1 run. Now making his 18th appearance out of the bullpen this season. The 1-1 to Perez. Breaking ball Called a strike on the inner third. Perez down in the count 1-2. Perez walked and got stranded at third in the second inning. That was his one time up to bat before this. The 1-2 outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out and the bases are empty.
Fun fact about Max Murray, his grandfather was drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals. So baseball definitely running in the family.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple guys on this team. That one, a foul tip, unable to be caught by Zach Skinner. So Andrew Williamson, his uncle Sean Rodriguez played in the majors for 15 seasons.
Oh, Sean Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Former Pittsburgh Pirate.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom on Mother's Day. That used to be her favorite Pirates player.
Really?
Sean Rodriguez.
There you go. He played for the Angels, the Rays, the Pirates, Braves, Phillies, and Marlins. Had a career .226 batting average, 8.9 WAR.
No, I think I have a picture with him, actually.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, so
look at that.
Sean Rodriguez played, I believe, 4 seasons with the Buccos. My mom's favorite player. Shout out, shout out, Mom, back home.
As this one is lifted high into shallow center field. 3 players converging on it, and it hits the ground just outside the glove of Lodis. Throw over to second in time to get Perez, who is trying to stretch that single into a double, but just gets a little too greedy.
Yeah, a little bit of ambition there as the umpires are going to meet up here to talk about that call. Very close play there at second. Definitely an ambitious move. And they're going to go check this one out here.
Yeah, went
on the cameras.
Yeah, Dylan Perez, it was a close play. He made a good effort trying to swim outside of that tag. Was initially called out by one of the infield umpires who was running while the play was happening, so an awkward angle, but we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have our decision from the umpiring crew. But the Bears only trailing by 1. It's 4-3 after back-to-back home runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
And they overturn the call. Dylan Perez in at second base, and what hustle by the freshman. It was a blooper into shallow center field. Calise, Lodis, and Ross, all three converging on that ball. Lodis, the one who made the best attempt at that ball, couldn't extend far enough and get the ball in his glove. So Dylan Perez on second base with one out for Brighton Clemens.
And that's the kind of hustle you need right now for the Bears. If they want to make a push into the postseason here, it needs to start today. It needs to start with winning plays and ambitious running like that. Hustling down the line and getting that double for Perez is huge for morale for this Bears team.
First pitch to Clemens clips the upper third of the zone. It's now 0-1. Clemens, a .275 hitter with runners in scoring position. Tying run in scoring position. Throw over to second. Nowhere near in time to get Perez.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. He wasn't even getting a big lead out there on second base.
Yeah, I guess Murray just trying to make sure that Perez stays true. Perez only one stolen base on the season and only one attempt as that breaking ball gets the outer edge, and it's now 0-2 to Brighton Clemens.
Yeah, good looping curve right there from Murray. Started way high and then just dropped into right into the belt line there, into the top half of the zone. Great pitch there to catch Clemens off guard.
This one popped up into foul territory down the right field line. Moran giving a lot of hustle, and a kid makes the grab on the berm and gets an ovation from the Baylor crowd.
Nice catch out there. Mitch is going to go recruit him now. Come scout his Little League games.
Yeah, you got it. Teams are going to start recruiting earlier and earlier.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Before you know it, they're going to start having like 6th grade power rankings, top players across the country.
I feel like Perfect Games already got stuff like that. I know there's definitely got to be some middle schoolers that get ranked as the 0-2 jammed up a foul back by Clemens. And you know, the Baylor Athletics, they love to find players in the local area, like football, baseball, not as much basketball, but
basketball does tend to have a bit more funding to go abroad with their scouting. So
yeah, a lot of ties to the Baylor and Waco community with this team as this one lifted high into center field. Ross backing up, and he'll make the catch. And that'll keep Dylan Perez at second base. Clements now 0 for 2 today, and there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the third.
The center fielder number 23, Ty Yassin.
Ty Johnson here. Lefty batter.
Johnson walked in the second inning, got stranded on second base. Now with a chance to tie it for the Bears. First pitch at the knees, called a strike. Johnson looking to make an impact in his final home game as a Baylor Bear. That ball skips in the dirt. Hit the ground about half a foot to a foot in front of the plate. But it's now 1-1, 2 outs to Ty Johnson.
Great control here from the freshman Murray. That's only his 3rd ball he's thrown today. Really painting the strike zone here, but not giving the Bears much to truly hit. Perez's hit was only a really little flare into center.
This one line drive towards that right field corner, but it will twist foul. It's now 1-2. Dylan Perez will have to jog back over to second base.
Yeah, right as I said that, he leaves a curveball that hangs in the middle. Fortunately for Murray, I think Johnson was expecting something a little faster. Pulls that thing way early and foul.
Murray gets set. Here's the 1-2. Down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Johnson. And fans always appreciate a guy who stays with a team for, I guess now at this point, 3 years. All these transfers. Is this one foul?
Yeah, loyalty in college athletics has become few and far between. Players now looking for a lot more NIL money and playing time and a variety of things. Sticking to one team isn't as common as it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, you could say that about players. You could say that about coaches. Ty Johnson, a guy who's been in Waco his entire career. So that one misses low and away, and the count runs full. Johnson was at MCC to start his collegiate career, and then just moved to a different part of Waco to play for Mitch Thompson and the Bears.
Yeah, another locally scouted player there, just down the road. Not a hard game to scout at all.
That pitch misses away, and that's ball 4. A great at-bat. Excuse me, great plate appearance by Ty Johnson. Able to work his second walk of the afternoon, and that puts runners on first and second with 2 outs. That'll bring up Braden Buchanan, who's probably going to hope for a better at-bat this time. The only time he's been up, slow ground ball back to Kimball on a check swing. So maybe he might look at this first pitch. And he does. That one way outside, ball 1. Buchanan hoping to finally get a full swing on this afternoon. He's 12 for 60 from the plate. That's a 200 clip. The 1-0 up and away. Ball 2 as Skinner will jog out and talk to Murray. So we said Murray, 10 of his first 13 pitches were for strikes, but now that's 12 of 20 are for strikes. So now 12 strikes to 8 balls.
Yeah.
And it's a hitter's count to the Baylor catcher with 2 runners on. Tying run on second, go-ahead run on first.
2 long innings here for both teams. Over 70 pitches thrown combined in the 3rd inning here.
Murray with the 2-0. Outside, and that's 3 balls, no strikes to Braden Buchanan. UCF striking for 4 runs in the top half of this inning. Baylor with 3 and still looking for more. It's now 3-0 with 2 outs.
And an inning that started well before 2 o'clock, now pushing into 2:30.
And that fastball finds the zone. That's strike 1.
A hittable pitch maybe, but after seeing 5 straight balls from Murray, it's best to put on the red light there and let him throw you a strike. Let him show that he can hit the zone.
3-1 almost hit Buchanan, and that's ball 4. So the bases will be loaded thanks to back-to-back walks. And that'll bring up Pearson Reebok, who we've mentioned has had a sophomore slump this year. Hitting 187 coming into this at-bat after hitting over 300. As we'll have another meeting at the mound for UCF.
And they're calling for another pitching change this inning.
And so Max Murray will only get 1 out in his appearance. And the new pitcher for UCF will inherit the bases loaded with 2 outs, and it'll be Pearson Reebok. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with UCF's second pitching change of the inning. Bears still trailing this one 4-3. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, you're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
So UCF goes to the bullpen for the second time this inning, and the new pitcher, the freshman left-hander out of Castleberry, Florida, Kaniel Rosado.
Yeah, Kaniel, definitely an impressive high school career, represented Puerto Rico U18 national team. 2 starts here for the Golden Knights this season, another one of the fringe starters that they have, but not really going deep into many games. 4 innings is the deepest he's gone into any game. Looking to work out of a bases loaded jam, lefty on lefty matchup here as Pearson Reebok is in the box for the Bears.
First pitch, fastball called on the outer edge, strike 1. Reebok, who struck out swinging the second. Rosado making his 9th appearance out of the bullpen this season, 11th overall. 4.24 ERA through 17 innings. That's a swing and a miss from Pearson Reebok on that slider that was moving down and away. So it's now quickly 0-2 to the Baylor second baseman.
Yeah, he's looking to not go down on 3 strikes for his second at-bat here. So far he's seen 5 pitches, all 5 have been for strikes.
The 0-2 skips in the dirt, blocked by Skinner. Good job by the UCF catcher. That ball could have been trouble for the Knights. That ball got away from Skinner. That would have been a tie ball game, but it's now 1-2, 2 outs. Bases are still loaded. Pearson Reebok up to bat. Lefty on lefty. The pitch, line drive, and it's just foul. Right down the third base line. Pearson Reebok, he could smell extra bases. He was just a couple feet away. Put a good swing on it, just a split second too late.
Yeah, and Javier Crespo's playing really tight to the line right now, trying to hold third base runner Dylan Perez close to the bag here, but he had no time to react to that ball. That was scorched.
1-2, skips in the dirt, another block by Skinner, and that count's all tied up at 2. So good job by Reebok after chasing on that first breaking ball that was low and away, but since then, he's been much more disciplined. Will have to have a good eye if he wants to come out of this, as that one misses low and inside. That one a pitch that did not miss by much, but it's now a full count to Pearson Reebok, who has worked his way out of an 0-2 count, and it's now 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases are loaded, and the Baylor crowd starting to get a little louder here on this Sunday afternoon. Here's the pitch from Rosado. Swing and a miss. Pearson Reebok goes down on strikes for the second time today and will strand the bases loaded. But the Bears, 3 runs on the inning with 3 hits. So thanks to back-to-back home runs, Tice Armstrong with his program record 22nd home run of the season, and then Brady Janusak right behind him with a solo shot. So Bears now trailing by 1. It's 4-3. So we head to the 4th inning. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Landon Moran will lead things off for UCF. Then it'll be Caden Gaskin on deck and Jordan Lodice in the hole. As this one is ripped to that left center gap, but it is playable for Dylan Perez, who makes the catch running to his left. And that'll be out number one. One pitch, one out for Ethan Calder, who's now at 61 pitches through 3 1/3.
And this bottom of the order here is the time where you really need to get some outs. Last time around, one reached on an error and one reached on a walk, and then the top of the order comes around and makes you pay for it. So if there's ever a time to keep guys off of the bags, it's now.
First pitch to Caden Gaskin, called a strike on the up and outside corner.
Gaskin grounds it out to second base last time up.
Turns on that pitch and fouls it straight back. It's now no balls, 2 strikes. And you could see with this Baylor team, after crawling back into this game, a lot more energy from the crowd, a lot more energy from the team, something that we haven't seen these first 2 games of the series. The 0-2 line drive and fouled right on top of the UCF dugout. Some of the players in the back of the UCF dugout trying to duck out of the way just in case that ball got through, but just a couple feet too high. That curveball in the dirt doesn't get a swing from Gaskin. It's now 1-2. Gaskin gets that one high and fouls that one off of Buchanan's leg, and he does not look great. Limping a little bit as the Baylor training staff out to check on him. Yeah. Now remember, J.J. Kennett is out as Braden Buchanan waves off the training staff. So the guy who's the backup catcher right now is Cam Cluett, okay? Relief pitcher for the Bears, pitched yesterday. Was a catcher throughout high school, but was moved to pitcher like some of these Baylor guys have been. This one off of Calder's glove. Charging is Sanders, his throw in time, and it will be a 1-6-3 putout to retire Gaskin for out number 2. So now it's Jordan Lodice, who reached on an error by Pearson Reebok and came around to score on the Ross 3-run home run last inning. That first pitch misses up and away, ball 1. It's the 1-0 outside, 2 balls, no strikes. This next pitch will be pitch number 70 for Ethan Calder. The 2-0. Low and inside, and it's a 3-0 count to Lodice.
Again, like I said, these are not the guys that you want to walk, not the guys you want to leave on base. These should be the guys that get you relatively easy outs.
That fastball gets in the zone. Lodice, I assume, wasn't going to swing, but he swung his shoulders open really early. Just kind of an odd take by the UCF shortstop. That fastball paints that low and inside corner. Doesn't get a swing from Lodis.
But again, he did the same thing you talked about. He opened up those hips and just kind of stared at it. The upper half of his body didn't really move, but he's...
The payoff pitch. This one roped into deep right center field. But Ty Johnson able to avoid the collision and make the catch, spinning away from Brady Janusek, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ethan Calder and the Bears. And they keep it a 4-3 ball game. The Baylor offense now with the chance to end this deficit, only trailing by 1. So we head to the bottom of the 4th here from Waco. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
So after a 1-2-3 inning by Ethan Calder and the Baylor defense, we head to the bottom of the 4th on this Sunday afternoon. Bears trailing this one now 4-3. It'll be Cole Landcloss, Travis Sanders, and Tice Armstrong due up. The Bears batted through the order in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, and that was really the kind of inning you needed there if you're Baylor, to push through and make an effort to fight back in this game.
First pitch gets a called strike on the upper portion of the plate. It's 0-1 to Cole Landcloss, who walked and came around to score in the 3rd inning. Fastball too high that time. 1 ball, 1 strike. So on a hard ground ball, and it finds its way into left field. Cole Landcloss with the leadoff base hit. And that's the 3rd straight inning that the Bears have gotten the lead runner on. And that'll bring up Travis Sanders and Tice Armstrong right behind him.
Yeah, just like you were saying there, just like last inning, the number 9 hole guy gets on base. Obviously, Sanders didn't have the greatest at-bat as he hoped, but 3, 4, 5 hitters. Sorry, 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up with base hits there. It's the bottom of the order guys that start the rally that the top of the order guys can feed off of. That's an absolutely huge hit there for Landcloss.
First pitch to Sanders upstairs, ball 1. Sanders, who struck out swinging both times up today.
Yeah, definitely going to watch that high fastball here. That's the pitch that got him the first 2 at-bats. That one way too high for Sanders to give it any mind.
The 1-0 breaking ball misses low and inside. 2-0 to Sanders.
What a beautiful day it is for baseball here in Waco. 82 degrees, partially cloudy. Beautiful spring day here in Waco, Texas.
This one hit deep, hit 4, it is gone! Travis Sanders gives the Bears the lead with a 2-run shot. It's now 5-4.
3 home runs, 1 for each of the top 3 batters in this Baylor lineup. And if you're Baylor right now going into the stretch you're going into, these 3 guys need to be your leaders, and they're showing it today. Sanders starting out cold, but not letting it get to his head. He took that fastball and absolutely hammered it to center field. I wouldn't be shocked if that one went 400 plus. What a hit from the shortstop there, cementing the Bears' lead with lots of baseball left to be played, but what a great hit, really.
Sanders now 4 for 11, now with 3 RBIs on the weekend, as that one is way upstairs to Armstrong. It's 1 for 2, that 2-run home run last inning, the one that set the record. 22 home runs in a single season, most by a Baylor player ever. The 1-0 inside, ball 2.
Cole Langcloss, like we were saying, getting on base and allowing these top-of-the-order guys to feed off of that momentum and get RBIs.
This one skied on the infield. And it will be Javier Crespo who makes the catch right on top of his head and will retire Tice Armstrong for out number 1.
Just got underneath that one. Good solid swing there, but really just got underneath it and popped it straight up into the air. Now it's up to the rest of the Bears lineup here to further expand upon their newfound lead. First lead of the day for the Bears here in the 4th.
So now it's the right fielder, Brady Janusek. He looks at that first pitch, and it's upstairs, ball 1. Janusek 1 for 2, a solo home run last inning, just to follow up Tice Armstrong. And made it a 1-run ball game, but the Bears now up ahead 5-4. That pitch finds the zone up and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Janusek. Bottom of the 4th inning. 1 out, bases are empty. And this one is turned on and hit high, but not enough distance, as John Smith III able to corral it in left field for out number 2.
Yeah, another one. That one obviously not as much underneath it, but just still too high on the launch angle there. Great swing, great power behind it, but unfortunately that one probably went off at around 30, 35 degrees off the bat. You want to get that down to be more of a 25-ish, 20 launch angle there for a more successful hit off the bat there.
First pitch to Dylan Perez, doesn't get a swing. It's down and away, ball 1. Pitch high and tight, doesn't get a call by Buckminster. It's now 2-0 to Perez.
Perez last time up, great hustle play there. Bloop, single into center field. He turns that into a double, hustling down the line and sliding in just underneath the tag.
This one a chopper over to second base, played cleanly by Calise, and he makes the toss over to first for out number 3, but Travis Sanders with home run number 6 on the year gives the Bears a 5-4 lead as we head to the 5th inning on the final home game of the 2026 season for Baylor Baseball. And you're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
So it'll be 9-1-2 due up for UCF. Braden Calise, Diamez, Ross, and then John Smith III. Calise shows bunt, pulls it back, but it's a called strike at the knees. Calise walked and came around to score in the third. On the Ross 3-run home run. Calder deals in the 0-1. This one, a hard line drive up the middle into center field. And it will be a leadoff single for Braden Calise.
Calder now needs to be careful. Diamez Ross and John Smith III, both guys that took him deep back in the third inning. Now with the runner on, cannot leave another pitch hanging like he did back then. He has been able to focus back in.
He's at 75 pitches, 51 strikes to 24 balls. Now with runner on first, out of the stretch. First pitch at the knees, called a strike to Diamez Ross, who had that 3-run home run in the third, struck out swinging in the first. The lefty on lefty matchup. That ball a little too low. Buchanan able to stay with it. Ross fouls that one off his thigh. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Calise on first. Calise 4 for 4 on stolen base attempts this year. Hard ground ball, and it's just past the diving reach of Pearson Reebok into right field. Calise will go from first to third. There's now runners on the corners with no outs.
Good extension there by Reebok, but a really hard hit ball on the ground. Sneaks by him. And now you need to watch out for that sneaky speed that Diamez Ross carries at first base. I would almost expect a steal here with runners on the corners and nobody out.
Yeah, big power hitter here for UCF. John Smith III had a solo home run in the third, and that was his team-leading 12th home run. Well, his team-leading 47th RBI on the season. Throw over to first, and it gets him!
What a heads-up play by Calder. And obviously now UCF's going to take a look at this to see if they want to challenge.
It looks like they're not going to ask for a challenge.
Wow, what a heads-up play there by the lefty. Picking off one of the fastest players, if not the fastest player, on this Golden Knights roster.
So now there's only a runner on third with now 1 out for John Smith, who lines this one into left center field, and that will score Calise easily from third. An RBI single from John Smith III. And he extends his team lead to 48 RBIs on the year. And we are all tied up again, this time at 5, here in the top of the 5th inning. Williamson shows bunt, pops it up, but it goes foul. Williamson 0 for 2 today with a pair of Ks. He was the one that we were talking about earlier, whose uncle is Sean Rodriguez. 15 years in the show. As he lifts this one into foul territory, Buchanan and Armstrong give it a look, but that will go out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Excuse me, 2 strikes to Andrew Williamson. 1 out, runner on first. Throw to first, and it's another pickoff by Ethan Calder. Oh my goodness. Wow. There's the veteran presence on the mound. Ethan Calder, 2 pickoffs here in the top of the 5th inning.
What an impressive pickoff move he has, too, on first. I mean, he really is catching these guys sleeping. You look at that play, John Smith Jr., the third, I apologize, took a step towards second base. He thought he was going home.
Yes.
He was certain of it. And that pickoff move is so sneaky. And Tice is so good at applying that tag, too, of course.
The 0-2 misses up and away to Williamson, so there's now 2 outs and the bases are empty to Williamson. Yeah, Calder just getting Smith advancing on that secondary lead. Just caught him lacking. This one a hard ground ball, backhanded by Reebok. Able to turn it over to first base for out number 3. Well, 2 of the outs in this inning come thanks to Ethan Calder's pickoffs. But John Smith III gets an RBI single, a second RBI of the game, and ties this ball game at 5 as we are halfway home here from Waco. We head to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Coming in now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Golden Knights knotted up there on a single from John Smith III. But Calder keeps it tied at 5, and now due up for the Bears, 5, 6, 7, Clements, Johnson, and Buchanan. Still facing off against Caniel Rosado. First pitch looked at low for a ball. Curveball drops below the knees.
The bottom 5 in this order have drawn 4 walks so far in the day. Only one of them has come around to score. So it'd be major if they can continue to get on base by any means necessary.
That one called for a strike. Fastball there on the outside half. 1-1 count now to the designated hitter. Lefty kick steals. That one dribbled just foul down the first base line. Spun back actually into the lefty batter's box. Counts 1-2. Clements looking for his first hit of the day. Struck out in the second and flew out to center field in the third. Still batting .298 on the year. That pitch about a foot over Clemens' head.
Wow.
And that gets past catcher Zach Skinner. Count moves even at 2.
Yeah, it's just one thing that Rosado has struggled with all season, but particularly in this appearance, 13 balls to 13 strikes, as well as 11 walks to only 15 strikeouts.
That one also upstairs and outside. Count moves full to the freshman.
Yeah, Rosado, he hasn't allowed a walk just yet in this appearance. If the Bears can really take advantage of his poor command that he's had throughout this appearance.
And that's ball 4, another pitch at his head. So Clemens draws a walk. Runner on first with nobody out.
So that's the 6th walk allowed by UCF pitching, and 4th straight inning that the Bears have gotten a lead runner on, and it's paid dividends in the last 2 frames. You just need to keep on going. You can't leave guys on base like they did in the 2nd inning, or even in the 3rd inning. They left bases loaded then. You really got to cash in when these UCF pitchers are giving you free bases and giving you free opportunities to run the bases.
Absolutely, as Johnson shows bunt, pulls back, but it is called a strike regardless. 0-1 count to the graduate student. Tough thing now is these hitters 5 through 9, only 1 hit collectively for the group. Johnson calls time. Lefty on lefty matchup here. As you said, a lot of walks drawn. That's the 5th walk drawn for the bottom half of the order here. But not really having a lot of success making contact with the ball. Hopefully they can turn that around here or continue to draw more walks. Bunt shown again. That's dribbled down the first base line, and that's going to stay fair. And Johnson is going to beat out the throw as the glove flip from Rosado onto Moran is not completed safely. So now runners at first and second from the bunt single. And that brings up Braden Buchanan here, who is 1 for 1 today. He did draw a walk in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, I love just Ty Johnson's selfless play. Obviously a guy who's not been the best swinging the bat this year, but he's drawn 2 walks so far coming into that plate appearance, and then just lays down a beauty of a bunt down that first baseline. A tough play for Rosado to make. Again, as you said, having to flip it with his glove and just hitting Ty Johnson in the back. So
yeah, really great bunt there, though, down the first base line, and Johnson's so quick out of the box.
Yeah.
Really great play there.
Like, yeah, you got to respect it. You know, a guy, you got to cut your losses. Obviously, not the best hitting season, and he's been trending down the last couple years at the plate. But he's going to do whatever his team has to do. He's not full of himself. He's going to play some selfless baseball.
Absolutely, and that's the definition of Mitch Thompson baseball. Selfless plays, small ball, and getting runners on base so that you can set up big innings. As that pitch is looked at inside and low, but called a strike on the corner. Braden Buchanan down 0-1 now. That pitch in the dirt at home plate. With runners in scoring position, Braden Buchanan is only batting 100 this year, and with runners on, he's only batting 143. So definitely looking to change that trend here. Only a 368 OBP. Sorry, a 368 OBP for Braden Buchanan. As that ball is hammered into center field, going back on the warning track. And that is caught by Ross, but tagging to third is Brighton Clements. So a sacrifice fly there for Braden Buchanan. That's the first out of the inning for the Golden Knights. Now runners in the corners. And that'll bring up second baseman Pearson Reebok. 2 strikeouts on the day today for him. 1 coming with bases loaded in the 3rd. Now runners in the corners here. And like we said earlier, definitely not the greatest sophomore campaign for Reebok.
Yeah, but you don't have to do too much. The only thing that you can't do is ground out into a double play. You just get this ball into the outfield.
Bunt shown, pulled back, but called strike regardless. Yet again, another first pitch strike here for Rosado.
You just need, at the least, a productive out by Pearson Reebok, and you retake this lead. You got a runner on 3rd and 1st with only 1 out. Don't need to do too much if you're Reebok.
That bunt shown, but that's a passed ball, and that's going to score a run and advance a runner to second base. The Bears retake this lead on a passed ball. And it is 6-5 Baylor here in the bottom of the 5th.
And it's little things like that. Even though he didn't make contact with the bunt and he pulled it back, that's still getting in Rosado's mind and in the mind of Skinner, because Rosado now wants to pitch away so that Reebok's not going to be able to lay down the bunt. And right there, some miscommunication between Rosado and his catcher gets the ball to the backstop, and the Bears retake the lead. It's now 6-5.
So runner on second base, 1-1 count here to Reebok. That pitch low and outside again. Skinner making yet another dive to block that ball. And like you said earlier, Rosado's really struggling to find the zone. 18 balls for 18 strikes. Time called here by Reebok. 2-1 count to the sophomore second baseman. Lefty batter on lefty pitcher. Runner on second base. Pickoff attempt. Nothing doing though. Back in standing with a looping little toss over there.
Yeah, just wants to keep Johnson close. Runner on second, so if Reebok is able to get a hit that finds the gaps, Johnson definitely a guy able to score from second.
He's going for third. He's sliding in, and he will be safe. And Ty Johnson has successfully snagged third base. Truly showing off that speed. What a risky play there. Pays dividends for the Bears. And now a runner only 90 feet from scoring the 7th run of this game for the Bears.
Yeah, whenever you're stealing third base, you always have to have a great jump, and that's exactly what Ty Johnson had. He was already about 40 to 50% of the way over to third base before Rosado even let go of that ball and sent it home. But
pitch called for a ball as well, so a hitter's count here for Reebok, 3-1.
And now you force the infield to creep in. All 4 infielders almost on the infield grass.
And Johnson's the kind of guy who could beat out a throw home if it is a ground ball. But that will be ball 4 now, as the Bears draw yet another walk. And another fast runner now on first base. So, yeah, Pearson Reebok 12 for 12 with stolen base attempts this season. And Cole Langclaw steps into the box. He's 1 for 1 today. He walked and scored a run in the 3rd inning and singled and came around to score yet again in the 4th inning. So it's looking like they are going to make another pitching change here in the 5th. We will step away here. We'll be right back on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Coming back here for the Bears, new pitcher on the mound for the Golden Knights, Anthony Lariat, the redshirt freshman, big righty from Key West, Florida. Jeff, what are you seeing on Lariat?
Lariat, a 4.84 ERA through 22 and a third innings pitched. 12 runs on 15 hits, 23 strikeouts to 13 walks, as well as 7 hit batters. So 20 free passes on the season. And he will inherit runners on the corners with 1 out to Cole Lancloss, who's already walked and hit a single today.
Pickoff attempt at first base for Reebok, back in safely.
Lariat pitched on Friday, went 2 1/3, giving up no hits and no runs in the Knights' 8-0 win over the Bears.
Lancloss here. Righty batter on righty pitcher. Showing bunt, pulled back. That's called for a ball. Corners rushing in. 1-0 count now to the freshman third baseman, who's had a really impressive day at the plate here. Really able to turn around some innings for the Bears, getting on base and then allowing himself to come around to score. Showing bunt, and that's going to drop down the first base line. Throw to play the home. He's out at home, but Ty Johnson is adamant that he's safe, and they're going to call time, and they're going to review this.
Yeah, that was I want to say that was a great effort by Ty Johnson trying to evade the tag again, like we saw with Dylan Perez on that double, that blooper double back in the third inning. Just a little bit of that swim move, and the ball definitely got to Skinner before Johnson was even close to the plate, but a great effort.
Yeah, Skinner really had to turn around quickly there to apply that tag, though, as that ball was going down the first base line. Gave Johnson an extra second, and they're going to go check this one out as well. So we will step aside here on Baylor Lariat Radio, and we'll be right back with the call here on the field.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back as the umpires are back out on the field. On-field decision, he is safe. So the Bears take a 7-5 lead here in the 5th, and the fans are loving it here on Mother's Day. And now runners on first and second. The bunt single by Landcloss.
The shortstop number 6, Travis Sender.
Wow, just unbelievable hustle from Ty Johnson. I mean, this is a guy who's in his 5th year of college baseball, and he's playing like he's still 18 or 19 years old. Absolutely fantastic hustle.
Really,
and you love to see that.
Really, really great stuff out of there. I mean, this team is just hustling down the line. 2 bunt singles in 1 inning. Really impressive stuff here as that ball is taken low by Travis Sanders. 1-0 count now to the shortstop who went deep just last inning for the Bears. The Bears are really batting around right now, really getting guys on base and really hitting the ball hard. That pitch taken inside and low. It's going to be ball 2 to the shortstop.
Well, and those are the plays that you really want from your veteran guys. I mean, those hustle plays, some of that selfless baseball that we're talking about earlier, that's exactly what you want to see from your veteran guys when your team's getting in a slump.
That pitch popped up, and that's going to be caught by the second baseman, Brandon Calise. Now 2 away here now after the fly out.
Yeah, it looks like the wind caught a little bit of that ball as it was coming down. Second baseman Braden Calise having to lean back to make that catch, but fortunately for him, was able to corral it for out number 2.
Tice Armstrong now to the dish. That slider goes way outside here. Not looking to leave another one here on the dish for Tice, as he already hammered one for his 22nd of the season. That pitch inside almost gets him on the hips. 2-0 count now to the big first baseman. Runner still on first and second. Tice swings, and that ball's going to fall into the mitts of the shortstop, Jordan Lotus. And that will end the inning for the Bears, but 2 runs to the Bears cement their lead. It is now 7-5 Baylor here on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Well, coming into the top of the 6th here, and the Bears reclaim their lead. Now 7-5 in favor of the Bears. And stepping up to the dish, the 4-hole hitter, number 24, Zach Skinner. Ethan Calder still pitching in this game, well into 80 pitches. as that first pitch is called for a strike. Fastball at 88 miles an hour. That pitch lined right into the mitt of Brady Janusek in right field. So 2 pitches, 1 out here for Calder in the 6th.
Yeah, Calder's gone 6+ innings only 4 times this year. His last time out tied a season-long 7 innings against Texas Tech, giving up 3 runs on 9 hits and striking out 4. But now at 5 1/3, still looking to get to 6 frames today.
That pitch high and away from number 20, Javier Crespo. The senior third baseman comes into this at-bat 0 for 2 with a pop-out and a fielder's choice. That pitch in the dirt, quickly 2-0 to the third baseman. So Calder down 2-0 in the count. Here's the pitch. That pitch popped up into shallow right field. Janusek calls off Reebok, and he's got it in his mitt. So 2 down now for the Golden Knights as in steps first baseman Landon Moran. Landon also 0 for 2 today. He has flown out and lined out to left field.
Yeah, if you're Ethan Calder, you gotta love those quick outs already at 89 pitches.
That pitch called for a strike right down the gut. Fastball catches Moran sleeping.
He's only thrown 100 pitches twice. That was against Cincinnati back on April 12th, as well as his last outing against Texas Tech.
And that pitch got away from him and the catcher, Braden Buchanan. 1-1 count now to the first baseman.
Yeah, just a little too hard of a grip on that pitch. Just pulled it across his body. Not a very competitive pitch to Moran.
1-1 pitch. Taken high for a ball. Much to the dismay of the Baylor faithful. Very close pitch nonetheless. And it is now 2-1.
Yeah, I like the idea by Ethan Calder after just throwing an uncompetitive pitch low and away. Try to lift Moran's sights going up and in. Maybe just try to get a call in the inner third.
That's called for a strike. Similar location, different result here as Calder now works it back to a 2-2 count.
Yeah, that's the pitch he wanted last time. Didn't get a call on the inside for ball 2, but beautiful pitch right there to make it 2-2.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on, popped up, down the left field line, curling foul into the stands. Dylan Perez gave chase, but it was all for naught in the end as it remains 2-2 here. Two-two pitch. That one lined foul into the netting just above the Baylor dugout. Lefty first baseman against lefty pitcher. Pitch number 96 incoming here in what has been a rather impressive day here for Calder against one of the more high-power offenses in the Big 12. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 looking. And Calder through 6 with the Baylor lead. And we'll be back here at the bottom of the 6th as the Bears look to expand upon their already dominant offensive performance here on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Welcome back here. Bottom of the 6th inning, due up for the Bears, 3-4-5, Janusek, Perez, and Clements. Still facing off against Anthony Larez as Janusek steps into the righty batter's box here. He's 1 for 3 today with a solo blast back in the 3rd inning that really fired up this Bears offense along with Tice Armstrong's 22nd. First pitch looked at for a strike, 89-mile-per-hour fastball down the gut. Freshman right fielder had a lot of action last inning. 2 balls hit to him. That one hacked and missed. Change up, it looked. Quickly down in the count.
Yeah, just a little bit of a lackadaisical swing, just trying it. He knew that that ball was way too low and outside. Just try to extend and maybe find a piece of that ball.
That pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Count moves to 1-2.
Yeah, Janusek realizing he doesn't want to swing on that exact same pitch that he swung at for strike 2.
1-2 pitch, nobody on, nobody out. That pitch is popped and over the roof out of play. Count stays 1-2. One, two. Pitcher set. Kicks, deals. That pitch hammered into right field. Backing up on it is Williamson, and he will be under it right in front of the warning track. Great piece of hitting, 99.6 miles per hour off the bat, but not enough of a launch angle to carry out of here. So 1 away here in the 6th. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Dylan Perez. A walk, a double, and a ground out for the left fielder here today. Looking to have yet another productive at-bat here for the Bears. Pitch, outside, ball 1. So 1-0 count here. Lefty Perez against righty Larez. Pitch, swung on, high cheese, past the left fielder. 1-1 count now. It's been a pitch that the Bears have been swinging at a lot today. Out of the zone is that high fastball. Not a pitch you usually see them chase, but today it's been something they've been looking at a lot. Another one. Fastball at the numbers, and Dylan is swinging at it. It's now 1-2.
Yeah, he's overestimating how fast Larez's high fastball is. He was way out ahead on a pitch that was 90 miles an hour. He's really got to slow down. He might get slowed down with the breaking ball here.
That's strike 3. That fastball does find the top of the zone, and that's a backwards K here for Larez. 2 down now in the 6th.
Yeah, I think that was a good pitch by Larez just to go back to the hole, because probably like me, Dylan Perez was probably expecting a breaking ball in the dirt. I mean, Larez was well ahead in the count and had gone to the well, couple fastballs to start the at-bat, but he realized that Perez was going to try to hold off after being way ahead of that last pitch and just goes right back to the well.
Brighton Clements now looks at that pitch low and away. Ball 1. Clements today 0 for 2 with a walk. He struck out in the 3rd, struck out in the 2nd, flew out in the 3rd, and walked in the 5th. That pitch looked at for a strike. 1-1 count now to the designated hitter. That pitch looked at low. Ball 2 now. Brighton, yet another one of the promising young freshmen in the lineup today for the Bears. Redshirt freshman. A lot of young players the Bears use for bats as he fouls that one straight back into the netting. 2-2.
Yeah, I think Brighton Clements, well, he's not the biggest power bat in this lineup. He's definitely a serviceable bat. 298 batting average this season. As a redshirt freshman, he's going to be one of those guys that they're really going to need for the next couple of years. And they're really going to hope that he can develop defensively at third base.
2-2 pitch, taken low. And the count moves full to Brighton for the second straight inning.
Yeah, I think with a lot of these freshmen, I think there's a lot to be excited about if you're Baylor. Obviously, Brady Janusek being phenomenal this season. Brian Clements and Dylan Perez, while not being the flashiest, definitely can be productive for the Bears over the next couple of years.
And that pitch is taken high for ball 4, so back-to-back innings. And Brighton Clements has worked a walk. That brings up the graduate student center fielder, Ty Johnson. Ty, like Brighton Clements, came around to score just last inning. He scored on the bunt single by Cole Landcloss. That was originally ruled out and then overturned after umpire review. First pitch looked at just above the waistline for ball 1. Ty Johnson batting .216 this year. Runner on first base and 2 away. That pitch called a strike. Running is Clements, and that pitch is through into center field. And so Clements will get a stolen base, but also around and claim third base on an error.
Yeah, that was just an all-around awkward play. Brian Clements looked like he wasn't going on a full-on sprint over to second, but there was really nobody covering the bag, and Skinner's throw way too high for Jordan Lodis to be able to make a play, and it just sails into center field. So now you got an insurance run 90 feet away with 2 outs for Ty Johnson.
Yeah, it almost looked like Skinner didn't really expect him to steal there. He was framing that pitch, and then it took him a minute to react and realize that the runner was actually going on that throw. That pitch called for a strike right at the knees.
Yeah, just a whole lot of hesitation on that play, and in the end, it works out in Baylor's favor.
So now 2 away with a runner on third base. And with that, Johnson goes down swinging. So the Bears do get a runner on, but do not bring them around to score. The first scoreless inning for the Bears since the second inning. But the Bears still lead this game 7-5. Stay with us here for more Baylor baseball in the 7th here at Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
So coming into the top of the 7th, Calder is relieved of his duties today. An impressive 6 innings pitched and 4 earned runs. He'll be replaced on the bump today by number 89, R.J. Rouet. Jeffrey, what do you have on R.J.?
Yeah, R.J. Rouet, the left-hander, throwing .327 this season, 25th appearance on the year.
That pitch is taken outside by Caden Gaskin, the designated hitter here. That one called for a strike, however. 1-1 count now for Gaskin. Big lefty kicks and deals. Ball just high. Rouet, a pretty consistent reliever out of the pen here for the Bears. One of their more reliable guys. That ball inside gets away from him. 3-1 count now, the designated hitter. Gaskin 0 for 2 today. Pitch and fouled back into the netting. So count moves full here in the top of the 7th. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Golden Knights. Rouet kicks, steals, fouled off again. So the count remains full.
You really like R.J. Rouet to just get a clean inning here. He's had some tough times over the last couple outings. Has given up 4 runs across the last 7 appearances.
Swing and a miss. The low fastball catches Gaskin looking. Not looking, he was swinging. But it fooled him nonetheless. And there is one away here in the top of the 7th for Rouet. As you were saying, Rouet was having some recent struggles on the mound, looking to get a clean inning here, facing off against the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Definitely don't want to leave anybody on base, especially with the potent bats that have been red hot this game in the 1, 2, 3 batters for the Golden Knights. That one inside. 2-0 count now to the shortstop, Jordan Lodis.
Yeah.
Lodis reached on an error back in the 3rd and flew out in the 4th. As that ball is lifted and carrying back and gone. A solo shot here for Lodis. Barely clears the wall out and left. And it is now a 7-6 ball game for the solo shot. As Lodis blew a kiss to the fans.
That one, that one got out in a hurry. 103.5 miles an hour off the bat. Hard line drive. And if you're R.J. Rouet, you really can't get behind hitters, especially in counts like 2 balls to no strikes, where then you're eventually gonna be forced to get a good chunk of the zone, trying to work your way back. And this team is such a good hitting team that they're really gonna make you pay like they did just there. And now Baylor only holding to a 1-run lead.
1 away. Brandon Calise steps into the box here. Righty batter shows bunt. Misses. So it is strike 1 here on the 9-hole hitter. That one on a liner to the second baseman, Reebok. Reebok onto Armstrong. 4-3 put out for the Bears. And the lineup flips over here for the Knights.
Yeah, there's been some really hard hit ground balls over to Pearson Reebok. But overall, outside of an error that he had in the 3rd inning, he's been very solid defensively at second base today. Not the best throw to Tice Armstrong, but able to get the job done.
That ball called high to the leadoff man, Deamez Ross. Ross is 2 for 3 today as that ball is hit deep to right field. But Janusek with room catches it right in front of the warning track And the Bears get out of the inning, but not before their lead is cut in half. It is 7-6 Baylor on the solo shot from Lodis. And the Bears will come to bat here in the bottom of the 7th, looking to expand upon their lead yet again on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Bears coming into this inning up 7-6. Pitching change here for the Knights. The 6'3" righty from Normal, Illinois, Evan Jones, steps up to the mound, ready to take on 7, 8, and 9 due up here for the Bears. Jeff, what do you have on Evan Jones?
Yeah, Evan Jones making his 21st appearance on the season, a 300 ERA through 36 innings, one of the best strike throwers on this team. Third with 41 strikeouts, and it's only 9 walks on the year, so he's a guy that's really going to fill up the strike zone. Unlike some of the other pitchers that we've seen from the Knights today, Bears should expect to get some pitches in the zone early.
Well, up first here, the righty Braden Buchanan looks at a pitch in the dirt. So 1-0 count here to the sophomore catcher. Definitely not the first pitch I expected to see from a heavy strike thrower like Jones. Swung on and missed. 93 miles per hour from Evan Jones there. Count moves to 1-1 on the fastball. That was way outside, but still a hack taken there by Buchanan. Evens up the count at 1.
Yeah, the Bears this inning really going to have to work on finding out that timing. Jones, the hardest thrower that they faced all day.
1-1 pitch looked at high for a ball. 93 again on the gun. He is coming with some heat and some bad intentions here.
Yeah, I mean, along with his velocity, he also kind of has a 3/4 arm slot, and so that could be really tough for righties to diagnose where that pitch is going.
As that pitch is hit into the gap, deep, way back, and out of here. And Braden Buchanan with his first home run of the year. Mashed just underneath the scoreboard out in left center. And the Bears regain a 2-run lead. It is 8-6 on the solo shot by the catcher. What a mash.
Yeah, Braden Buchanan, all he saw that at bat were fastballs, and it was fastballs that were getting pulled away from him. So he was able to time them up, and he knew if he saw one that wasn't cutting across the zone, that was going to be a good one to hit, and he just got every last stitch of that baseball, able to send it right under the scoreboard in left center.
Well, up to the dish now, Pearson Reebok, who's had a quiet day today, looks at a ball high. He has struck out twice and walked. Almost came around to score, but was left on base at third, back in the fifth. So a 1-0 count here. As that one is hit, popped up high, however. Curling, will it stay in play? It will. Grabbed in foul territory by John Smith III. And that'll be a fly out for a Reebok. He's going to be 0 for 3 on the day today.
The third baseman, number 8, Cohen and
So up to the plate here, the 9-hole hitter who has been extremely productive for the Bears today, Cole Landcloss. He's walked and came around for a run, singled and came around for a run, and singled again and scored a run on a bunt single that scored Ty Johnson. As that hits him in the helmet. Wow.
At 85 miles an hour, got him in the back of the helmet.
So a hit by pitch puts him on first base. And that'll bring up the top of the order here. Travis Sanders coming up to the dish.
Yeah, I mean, that pitch didn't really look like it affected Cole Landcloss that much.
No, that just plunked off almost the top of his head, really. Like it kind of hit the top and bounced up off of his head. He doesn't seem to be too affected. Medical trainer goes out, takes a look at him. He says he's fine. Still always scary to see somebody get hit up anywhere above the neck, really.
Yeah.
So glad to see he's okay. As in steps Travis Sanders, and Evan Jones, who expected to have a much better inning than this, has already allowed a homer and a hit by pitch. And now has to face off against the top of the Baylor order, who already has 3 home runs, and that is a balk by Evan Jones. So now a runner in scoring position here for Sanders on the balk.
Yeah, you really can't afford that if you're UCF. Your pitching staff, particularly your bullpen, has not been particularly strong today.
No.
And you can't really afford to give Baylor any more free bases.
That pitch called a strike on the belt. Sanders looks at the first pitch.
Yeah, and you really can't afford to give guys on base and put them in scoring position when you get to this top part of the Baylor order. You got Travis Sanders and then Tice Armstrong on deck. There are always threats to drive guys in.
And especially guys like Landcloss, who aren't a threat to really run on the base, as Sanders check swings and misses onto that ball in the dirt, but he goes around. That'll be strike 2.
Yeah, I could say, even though Baylor's put up 8 runs on 7 hits, they've not been the most opportunistic team today. They're 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position, also 3 for 13 with runners on. So Travis Sanders can really break that 0 for 8 streak with runners in scoring position. That could really pay dividends for the Bears. Currently up by 2, but a good base hit. You can drive Landcloss pretty easily in from second.
So 1 out, 1 runner on second base. That'll be Landcloss. Pitch high and inside. Another dangerous pitch there from Jones. That one at 84 miles an hour. Taken by Sanders. 1-2 count now to the shortstop, who is 1 for 4 today with a 2-run home run back in the 4th. Here's the pitch. That ball is swung on down the first base line, curling, and it will be dropped. And that is a fair ball. It is touched in fair territory.
Wow.
So that's going to be an error for the right fielder, Andrew Williamson, who had that ball in his mitt while he was in fair territory and dropped it while in foul territory. And now there's going to be runners on second and third base for Tice Armstrong, who is 1 for 4 today as well with the home run.
Yeah, UCF is going to ask for a challenge. They thought that ball might have been in foul territory, but I mean, from our viewpoint, that ball looked like it was going to be fair.
Yeah, it looked like it was caught in fair territory, and as he was running, his momentum carried him foul where he dropped that ball. But that's a very, very scary play there if you're the Golden Knights. With 2 runners in scoring position, you're already down 2 runs with the most dangerous hitter in this Baylor lineup up at the plate here.
So yeah, they will get a review. But yeah, that was
All
Rich
right.
Wallace, the head coach of UCF, asking for an official review.
Well, here we go. We will step aside as they take an official review. We'll be right back with the verdict here on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.
And after a very quick review, the call stands as on the field. So a very expedited review there. Didn't take much to check. And now with 2 runners on, we'll bring up the ever dangerous Tice Armstrong.
Tice Armstrong!
So Landcloss on second, Landcloss on third, Sanders on second. Righty Tice Armstrong as the infield is shifted in and to the left. That ball is down. Ball 1 to Tice. Definitely somebody they are not looking to. Oh, and they're going to intentionally walk him here.
Yeah,
So that's going to load the bases up here for Brady Janusek.
That's a smart move. I mean, he hasn't had the overall best game. He's 1 for 4 today with a pair of pop-outs. But, I mean, this guy, when he's got runners on base, he's electric. Leading the team in RBIs, obviously a great home run hitter. And Evan Jones, who's already given up a home run, just doesn't want to take his chances. And now could set up a double play.
Into the box now, Brady Janusek with bases loaded and only 1 away. Landcloss at third, Sanders at second, Armstrong at first. First pitch is low. 1-0 count now to the Baylor right fielder. Another 1 for 4 batter with a home run back in the second inning. Second pitch taken. That's going to be called inside. 2-0 count now to the right fielder. Bases full of Bears.
Yeah, out of the 6 batters that Jones has faced, he's only thrown 1 first pitch strike.
As that ball is dribbled down the third base line, they're going to come home with it. He's out at home, and he's out at first base, so a double play. That is going to be a 5-1-3 double play, and that will end the inning for the Bears. They leave the bases loaded, and they're going to take a quick check here to see. The umpires are going to gather up here to see if he beat out that throw at first base or not.
Yeah, that's probably the last thing that you could have done if you were Brady Janusek. I mean, it was for sure got the out at home and was able to get the double play. Obviously, it's going to get reviewed, but
So yeah, they're going to take this to an official review. Bears are 3 for 3 today on official reviews in their favor, and we will step aside it again as they'll take a look at this here on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Welcome back here as we have a ruling on the field. The batter is out, call stands, and we will go to yet another commercial break here, bringing you to the top of the 8th on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back here to the top of the 8th. Bears now reclaiming their 2-run lead. And into the game here, the Bears closer coming in here in the 8th already, Caleb Bunch. What do you have to say about Bunch, Jeff?
Yeah, Bunch making his 20th appearance on the season, a 3.31 ERA, but he's really been struggling. Gave up 5 runs against TCU in Game 2 of that series, where the Bears had a heartbreaking 5-4 loss, and then gave up a run against Arizona State just 2 weeks ago, and then gave up 3 runs on 5 hits in an inning and a third last Saturday.
Well, he will face off against the 2, 3, and 4 hitters of this UCF lineup. Now up against John Smith III, who looks at ball 1 low. Swings at that one. It's quickly a 1-1 count now to Mr. Smith.
Yeah, with those last 3 outings, his ERA rose from .94 now to 3.31.
As that ball is roped down a line, and that's going to be down the third base line. Smith rounding, he's going for 2. Gunned in by Perez, but it's not going to be in time. And Smith is in with a stand-up double. So 1 runner on and nobody out here for the Knights.
Yeah, and Caleb Bunch, like a good amount of guys on this team over the last couple weeks, last month or so, really lost a lot of their mojo as the season has started to wind down. But they're really going to need him to throw some clean innings here.
That one fouled back up into the netting by number 11, Andrew Williamson, the nephew of Sean Rodriguez.
Yeah, I still can't believe that. That's absolutely wild.
Yeah, I showed Jeff the picture. That ball gets away from Braden Buchanan as Bunch throws one way high. It is a 1-1 count here, but Smith will advance to third base in the passed ball, or in the wild pitch, I should say. But yeah, as I was saying, I showed Jeff the photo of me with Sean Rodriguez, and then a separate photo from the same day with longtime Pirates catcher Francisco Cervelli. Small world out here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This pitch fouled down the first base line. 1-2 count.
Yeah, if you're Baylor, obviously you want to have the utmost confidence in your closer, especially a guy like Caleb Bunch, who's been so good throughout this entire season. But I think with just how things have been going the last couple of times out, you got to give him a short leash. Already a double and a wild pitch.
That pitch in the dirt. Ball 2. Really looking for a strikeout here. Almost anything in play except for a shallow pop-up maybe will score the run from third. So really looking for something that will put him away and keep that runner at third base. Here's the pitch. That's line, and that's going to be a single into center field, and Bunch has yet another earned run to his tally. He has been a bit shaken the past few outings he's appeared in. And it is 8-7. Baylor still with the lead. Runner on first base and nobody out.
Yeah, you can make that now 10 runs in the last 4+ innings that he's thrown. Came into today with 9 runs allowed in the last 4 total innings. Went 1 1/3 in his last 3 appearances, but things just continue to go south for Caleb Bunch.
Here is the pitch. That is high to the cleanup hitter, Zach Skinner. Righty pitcher on righty batter. Runner on first base. Nobody out. 1-0 count. That ball is dribbled. Third base. On to second. And that will get the lead out. So a fielder's choice. Landcloss on to Reebok. And 1 away now in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, the umpire's going to have a little chat. That was a very difficult play by Cole Landcloss. A high chopper was going to go over his head, so he had to back up and make a throw over to second quickly. And it looks like they're going to have a review.
So we will step aside for the 5th review of the game today here. And we will be right back with more Baylor baseball after this review.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Back here with the official review. Umpire telling them to cut the music as he makes the call. Runner is ruled out. Call in the field stands. So 1 away here in the top of the 8th. Still a runner on first base. Significantly slower runner, however, in Zach Skinner. So stepping up to the plate now, Javier Crespa, the senior third baseman, as they will pinch run Zach Skinner here on first base.
Yeah, smart move.
Definitely one of the slower runners on their team, looking to keep some speed on the base paths, as that is the tying run in this game.
Luke Matola, freshman outfielder, coming in to pinch run for Skinner.
Okay. Interesting, because Skinner is also the catcher today as well, so I wonder how they will replace him behind the dish. That pitch looked at for a strike. Bunch dialing up the heat. 88-mile-an-hour fastball in the inside corner.
Yeah, this is Matola's only his 4th appearance on the season. 0 for 2 from the plate, hasn't stolen a base, hasn't scored a run yet.
So 0-1 count as that ball is lined into left field, and that will drop down for a single. Runner stays at second base. Now 2 runners on. Bunch really looking for that out here. He is struggling out here on the mound, and they're making a lot of contact with what he's throwing.
Yeah, and you really need to force UCF to keep that ball on the ground. You got to work that low part of the zone because they haven't had a lot of base hits that have been ground balls that found their way through the infield. A lot of their base hits have just been line drives and big fly balls.
That pitch called low for a ball. 1-0 count here to Landon Moran, the first baseman. Batting in the 6 hole here today for the Knights. Runners on first and second, 1 away. Bunch kicks and deals, and that ball's popped up. That should stay in play as it is in foul territory. Called off. Travis Sanders calls off Lankloss, and 2 away now on the flyouts to the shortstop. So in steps Caden Gaskin, who is 0 for today, 0 for 3, with a strikeout and 2 groundouts. I believe they are now pinch hitting Gaskin, so the designated hitter will be replaced by
That's J.D. Rogers, 283 hitter.
J.D. Rogers.
Making his 24th appearance.
Smart move here, as it is a lefty batter replacing the righty Gaskin. So, runners on first and second. Swung on and missed there. Change up outside gets him swinging. And Rogers going to talk to his manager about something as he calls timeout quickly.
Yeah, if you're Caleb Bunch, obviously with that pop-up, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You just need 1 more out, and you got 2 runners on, but you can't let up at all. You really got to pitch with the same intensity as if you got no outs and you got 2 guys on. You need this out, and you need it bad because a base hit, that's going to tie this ball game, and you can't really afford that.
So Sean Snedeker here, he's going to come out and have a talk with Bunch as they're going to dial up a plan here to figure out how to get out of this inning.
Yeah, and here's the chess match that's within the game of baseball. Both sides, both the hitter and the pitcher, trying to figure each other out, trying to mess up their routine, their timing, and find a way to game plan for these next couple pitches.
Yeah. And baseball is very much a game of tempo and pace and momentum. So when you mess with somebody's rhythm, it can easily lead to a chain of events that's not good. So for the Bears here, Snedeker just giving Bunch a chance to regroup and get out of this inning, maintaining the lead as the tying run is at second base, the go-ahead run is at first. So 0-1 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Bunch kicks, steals, swung on and missed. Counts is 0-2.
Yeah, with both those timeouts, we had a solid minute or 2 in between pitches, and a beautiful pitch by Caleb Bunch, able to get Rogers fishing for a breaking ball below the zone.
The senior Rogers against Bunch. Here's the pitch, that's in the dirt. 1-2 count, trying to catch him fishing. Will not bite.
Man, Rogers is a good hitter. He's hitting 283. He's got 5 home runs on the year, 23 RBIs despite only making 16 starts. He's definitely a guy that you don't want to give him a good pitch to hit.
So 1-2 pitch, Bunch kicks, fires. That's in the dirt as well, and that will skip back to the pitcher, and both runners will advance on the wild pitch. So now runners 2 in scoring position now. And it is a 2-2 count now as Bunch is struggling to get out of this inning.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a ball hit off a catcher's chest plate that far. That ball went about 30 feet in front of him.
Yeah, dribbled almost all the way back out to the pitcher.
Yeah.
That ball is hit to Tice. Tice will throw it on to Bunch, and Bunch will win the foot race. So the Bears remain on top despite one run coming across in the top of the 8th. It's 8-7 Baylor as we take you to the bottom half of the 8th in what might be the Bears' last time batting here at Magnolia Field this season, here on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
So staying out there on the mound for the Knights, Evan Jones remains in the game despite allowing a run last inning. And into the plate now, the 4-hole hitter, Dylan Perez. That pitch called for a strike, the upper half of the zone. Perez today walked in the second, doubled in the third, grounded out in the fourth, and struck out in the sixth. His 5th plate appearance today. That ball low. Count even now at 1. One count. Swung on and way high. That fastball at 93. But that is swung on nonetheless for a strike.
Yeah, I don't know what Perez was thinking on that pitch. That was a fastball that was pretty much at his face level the entire way. His swing was not even close.
So Perez behind after a bad choice to swing, and he swings at another fastball. That one passed him. That's a strikeout for Perez. One away here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, on those last 2 swings and misses on the high fastballs, he's just opening up his shoulders way too early. He's dropping that front shoulder, and that's where we're getting kind of an uneven swing. And, I mean, not super competitive pitches either, so even if he was able to put a good swing on it, he probably wasn't going to make contact, and if he did, it was probably going to be foul.
So in steps the righty, Brighton Clements. Brighton is struck out, flown out, walked, and walked again in the 6th. That first pitch high, 94-mile-an-hour fastball left alone. One-0 pitch, foul back into the netting, 1-1. Bears are definitely having a little bit of trouble timing up that fastball. It's really has some sting behind it.
Yeah, and I think Jones is starting to place some of these fastballs a little better than he did last inning.
1-1, 1 out. That ball is popped into the roof and back into play, but it will be a foul ball. So 1-2 count now.
Yeah, Jones, the first batter he faced, Braden Buchanan. He pulled a couple of fastballs before being able to hang a fastball, and Braden Buchanan able to send that for a solo home run, but since then, Jones has really been able to lock in that accuracy.
Strike 3 called. Changeup dropped back into the zone, and quickly 2 away here for the Bears in the bottom of the 8th. Jones not looking to let anybody on base today after giving up the tough inning last inning of the solo homer and fighting out of a bases loaded jam. Ty Johnson steps up today. Ty had himself a pretty good day today. 2 walks, a single, and a strikeout. That pitch taken high. Another fastball. That one coming in at 95. He's getting faster as the evening goes on. Jones working. Kicks, deals. Bunt attempt by Johnson. That's going to get down. And Johnson's going to reach safely.
There you go.
Another single on a bunt for Mr. Johnson, and he is on with his second bunt single of the day today. Let's see if he can work his way around and come around to score. Give the Bears an opportunity to expand upon their growing lead.
I mean, this is just peak Ty Johnson baseball. Using that hustle, using his grit, getting 2 infield singles, as well as drawing 2 walks today. That's just exactly what he does.
Pickoff attempt back at first base, but Ty in rather safely with the slide.
Yeah, Johnson in his 3 seasons at Baylor has never been a flashy hitter. He's done exactly what he's done today. Just hustle it out, and he has a great eye at the plate.
Pickoff again. That one a little closer, but still nothing doing.
Yeah, I think this is a very fitting performance in his final home game as a Baylor Bear. Just drawing those 2 walks and 2 great hustle plays to get singles in this ball game.
Braden Buchanan, who gets another hit there. It's a fair ball, and he can't hold it, but Buchanan was not hustling down the line at all. And so in spite of Crespo bobbling the ball, Buchanan is out by a mile. And that will end the 8th here for the Bears. We go into the 9th, the Bears holding a 1-run lead. And we will bring you the final inning of Baylor Baseball here on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
So top of the 9th here, 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Knights. Bunch remains in this game as Jordan Lotus, the freshman shortstop, is up to bat. Last time up, he blasted a homer against Caleb Bunch. Oh, I apologize. No, that was in the 7th inning. That ball popped up not nearly home run distance. And that is grabbed by Ty Johnson in center field. Quickly one away here for the Bears.
Yeah, Caleb Bunch, you desperately needed a quick out. He threw 19 pitches in the 8th inning and just needs 2 pitches to get the all-important first out here in the top of the 9th inning.
Now up to bat, the 9-hole hitter, Brandon Calise. The senior second baseman is 1 for 2 today with a walk and a single. He's come around to score twice. That pitch low and dribbles away from Buchanan behind the dish. One 0 count. That one called for a strike, 1-1. So Bunch working the zone right now. 1-1, 1 out, kick steals. That pitch called inside and low. Just barely misses the corner there. And it will be 2-1 now to the 9-hole hitter. You really don't want to put runners on base, especially for the top of the order here. That's been proven time and time again. That one called low. 3-1 count now. Hitters count here for Calise.
Yeah, I think this is a guy that you wouldn't mind the most giving a competitive pitch, just finding a good chunk of the zone right here.
And that is ball 4. That is low, much to the dismay of the Baylor faithful. And that will bring up the top of the order. So Deames Ross, who is 2 for 4 today with a homer and a single, will step up to the dish here, looking to tie up this game or take the lead with a long ball.
Yeah, you just got to be really, really careful. I want to see some fastballs low in the zone to start out. Maybe try to paint that low and outside corner. Maybe low and inside for Caleb Bunch.
That one inside, but will not find the zone. Another ball thrown there. 0-1 count, runner on first base. Calise. Oh, 1 pitch. That's a strike. Loops in a high changeup there. Risky pitch, but it pays off as Ross was not swinging there.
Yeah, and he's been seeing that. Ross is really leaning into this plate, so first 2 pitches are pretty tight in the zone. First one inside the zone, that one getting that inner third, wanting to back off Ross a little bit.
That pitch called for a strike. 89-mile-per-hour fastball clips the outside lower corner of the zone. And Ross is going to call a timeout and have a chat with his hitting coach here.
Yeah, I mean, that
1-2 count.
That strike 2, that's exactly the kind of pitch that I was talking about before this at-bat started. You want to get a fastball in at the knees, because I know Ross is going to be looking for a pitch middle to up. But I think now he's in survival mode, so no matter where you get the ball in this zone, he's going to be swinging. So you're up 1-2. Maybe you consider getting that slider just below the knees.
Lefty Ross, righty Bunch. 1-2 count. Runner on first base, 1 out. Bunch set, kicks, deals. That's popped up, and that will go out of play. So the count will remain 1-2.
Yeah, Bunch kind of got away with a slider up in the zone right there. He caught Ross leaning in, so was able to kind of jam him up and force him to foul off that pitch. But if Ross was able to lean back, that one could have easily been over that right field wall.
So Sean Snedeker are going to come out here and have a chat.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to not try to attack Ross on this next pitch. Again, Bunch is working ahead in the zone. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So I wouldn't mind just seeing a slider down and in, maybe just down middle. Anything to force Ross to really give it some thought, maybe give it a swing below the zone.
So Bunch here, ahead in the count, Last pitch fouled off. 1-2 count. Ross, lefty batter's box. Bunch, set, kicks, deals. That ball dribbled. Shortstop, Sanders will touch second base where the lead runner is called out, but Deamas Ross will reach safely, and the umpires are gonna have a check on this one right here, as that was a close play there at second base. And a close play at first too. So two very close outs here. This could go one of three ways. They could both be safe here. One could be out, one could be safe, or that they could both be out, and that would be the end of this game. So very interesting outcomes to see here. This more likely than not will go to review. And we will step aside for, oh, okay. They're discussing here. Let's see what happens. The call here.
So we'll go to
and
review.
they will go to review.
Yeah, well, I think this will be a good time. Well, let's first break down this play. This one, a ground ball over to Travis Sanders, and I think he was initially expecting Pearson Reebok to run to cover second, but Reebok wouldn't have been able to cover second base and get the lead runner, Khalees. So Sanders took it to the bag himself. That one already a really close play. I could see that one going either way now, but luckily for the Bears, the initial call in the field was out at second base, and then the call at first, again, could have also been very close. I could see go either way as well, but then luckily for the Knights, they called that one safe. So I could see this going either way. I mean, this could really change the landscape of this ball game. So, I mean, if the Bears get the out at first, then it's over. But say they overturn the call at second, and now you've got
Bunches in a sticky situation there.
You got runners on first and second now with only one out.
Well, I will say one thing is that the lead runner, Khalees, did head back to the dugout pretty quickly after the play, signifying that he had a good feeling he was out at second base. So the lead runner, especially with the call in the field of out, probably will remain an out. However, Deamas Ross, the fastest player on this Knights roster, found a way to hustle out of that lefty batter's box and down the line, and he is still sticking to first base. And this game could come down to yet its sixth official review, which is crazy how many official reviews we've had as we are going into 3.5 hours of baseball here.
Yeah, I mean, and this game has been an absolute roller coaster, right? Both teams scoreless through the first 2 innings, and then UCF put up 4 runs in the top of the third. Baylor comes back with 3 runs in the bottom of the third. Baylor scoring 2 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. UCF scoring a run in the fifth, and here come the umpires.
Official review here. Cut in the music. Safe. So play continues as the lead runner is out, but the runner at first base, Deamas Ross, will stay out there, and that will bring up John Smith III, who is 3 for 4 today with everything for the cycle but a triple. So lead runner Deamas Ross, very fast runner out there, 16 for 18 on stolen base attempts this year. And John Smith III, who is the best hitter today for the Knights, up at the bat. And he fouls the first one off his feet. So,
yeah, now that you've got 2 outs, you can be a little bit more cautious to John Smith. You don't need to fill up the zone as much compared to if you had only 1 out.
So now, 0-1. That pitch lopped into the top half of the zone, but does not catch the zone. The front door slider there.
That was a beautiful pitch.
Just off the plate. So now it is a 1-1 count here to Smith. Bunch, set, kicks and deals. That pitch is low in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Buchanan, but the count moves to 2-1 here.
Yeah, I know Buchanan pump faked over to first, but really he should have no intention of actually throwing to first. That could only do more harm than good.
Yeah, throw over to first base, especially when Tice isn't fully set. Could easily lead to an error and a pass ball. As that ball is dribbled, chopped, third baseman. On to Tice. He is safe.
Oh, another
wow,
close play.
Langcloss made an amazing grab there to get that ball. And Tice went into the full splits as he does. And
wow.
Yet again, a really close play here.
And we're not going to get a
and
review.
We're not going to get a review on this one. No, you're right. So, an infield single.
Yeah, that was a really tough play for Langcloss. The right-handed thrower moving to his left, but he had a hesitation, was wanting to go to second, realized he couldn't get the play, and his throw over to first not in time, and almost taking Tice Armstrong off the bag.
So Bunch now with 2 runners on. That's a ball to Andrew Williamson. Williamson 1 for 4 today. And that is the 4th hit of the day for John Smith III. Really impressive day for him as that pitch just low. And it's a 2-0 count now. Bunch really looking to find the zone here, looking for some soft contact. Williamson not as fast as the 2 batters before him, so just about any ground ball that is firmly grasped should be an out, as that is swung on and missed. That looks like to be the changeup right there, dropping into the bottom half of the zone, and Williamson cannot get a piece of it, so now it is a 1-2 count. Runner on first, runner on second, lefty batter Williamson. Bunch, and that hits him. So the bases are loaded, hit by pitch there. And that will bring up the backup catcher, Dallas Brooks, who came in because there was a pinch runner previously for Zach Skinner. And now the Knights are going to take a quick batter timeout and deliberate here on what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think Sean Snedeker should probably talk to Caleb Bunch, because it looked like he was going to get by just fine, but after giving up a single and a hit by pitch, you got the tying run just 90 feet away against a .333 hitter. Now, granted, Dallas Brooks, who's only started twice and making his 8th appearance on the season, is 4 for 12.
Yeah, definitely not the most fearful bat in the UCF roster. However, he has been productive in the times he has stepped up. With runners on base, he is .261. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bunch. That ball is popped up and foul. So it is 0-1 to Dallas Brooks. The freshman catcher came in replacing Zach Skinner. Lefty batter on righty pitcher. Bunch kicks, deals, that is low. 1-1 count now. Cannot afford a walk here.
Yeah, I think having that first pitch fouled off, that could be such a big help for Caleb Bunch.
Bunch set, kicks, deals. That's a strike right there. 81 mph on the front door slider. And it is 1-2 to Dallas Brooks. And the Bears faithful are on their feet, clapping, cheering. Bunch, 1-2, sets, kicks, deals. That is swung on and missed. And the Baylor Bears win it here on Mother's Day. 8-7 against the UCF Golden Knights. What a win. What a comeback. Down 4-0. And Bunch secures the save despite a very rocky end there.
Oh, man.
A game with lots and lots of long balls. 7 total home runs throughout this game for the Bears. One for each of the first 3 batters in the lineup, Sanders, Armstrong, and Janusek. And of course, in the 7th inning, the winning run by who else but Braden Buchanan with the go-ahead shot to put the Bears up 2. It would prove decisive as the Bears claim this one by only a run. And what a close, long, and exciting game this has been, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, once Caleb Bunch got that final strike, it was just a major sigh of relief because you could, like, how could you not feel like it seemed like the inevitable was going to happen. He was just going to give up some more runs like he had the last couple of times. But Caleb Bunch really pulling it together. Not the prettiest outing by any means. It was definitely not what he wanted, but in the end, he did what had to be done, in a major sigh of relief as the Bears sweat this one out 8-7. But as you said, the long ball, a big factor in this game. Baylor with 4 home runs, UCF with 3, but I think one of the biggest factors that led to this Baylor win are the free passes. Baylor walked 9 times, while UCF walked only twice. And that was Braden Callis, the only Knight to walk in this ball game. But for the Bears, only 2 batters did not reach on the base on balls. That was Travis Sanders and Brady Janusek. But Tice Armstrong, Dylan Perez, Braden Buchanan, Pearson Reebok, and Cole Lancloss all drawing at least 1. And then Brian Clements and Ty Johnson doing their thing, getting on base twice via the walk. And, I mean, that was just a big factor, being able to get guys on base and driving them home.
Absolutely, and with that win and the Utah loss, the Bears move into 9th in the Big 12 standings, only 1 spot away from a first-round bye in the Big 12 playoffs. Very exciting for the Bears here as they play the good old Baylor line to celebrate their victory here on Mother's Day in the last home game at Magnolia Field.
Yeah, and it's been a wild year. Obviously not exactly what the Bears were hoping, but I mean, you can look at Tice Armstrong this year. I mean, what he's done in his 1 season in the green and gold, and you can argue that this is one of the best single seasons by a Baylor hitter ever. I mean, it's got to be somewhere up there on the charts. I mean,
and for how feared he is too.
Yeah, I mean, for a guy who set the program record for single season home runs today with 22, and he's hitting over 330. I mean, he's one of the best first basemen in the country, and I think the Bears, the only downside is that they wish they could have found him earlier. I mean, the fact that he spent 4 years at UT Arlington, you really wish you could have had him for 4+ years, but I think they'll take this performance this year, and I mean, there's no one more deserving than him. He's a wonderful person, very humble, and part of a really good group of seniors that were honored yesterday, playing their final home game of the year. Tice Armstrong, Ethan Calder, who got the start, Grayson Murray, Caleb Bunch, who got the save, and a couple other guys, Cade Hansen, Caleb Bergman, Stefan Stahl, Jake Kolkhorst as well, playing their final home game here at Baylor. And I mean, a couple of guys that have made really big names for themselves here in Waco, and it's not going to be the same without them.
Yeah.
But the Bears, as you said, now have clinched a spot in the Big 12 tournament, and hopefully a win against UCF, who's in the 20s in RPI, as UCF came into,
I believe they were in the 30 range, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're 30 right now.
30.
As of yesterday, so 30, and they'll probably drop. Baylor coming in at 73, so hopefully a win against a team who's 30th in RPI will help boost their resume just a little bit, but they'll still need to pretty much sweep Utah.
Long way to go.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And make a good run in the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah. Well, we thank you very much for listening in this season. This is our last home game and the last game that we broadcast here on Baylor Lariat Radio for this season. We thank you for listening in throughout the year. It's been a fun year full of ups and downs, and history has been made today here on Magnolia Field. We thank you for listening on this Sunday. Enjoy your week and enjoy your summer. Signing off here with my partner, Jeffrey Cohen, I'm Andrew Denk here on Baylor Lariat Radio. Have a good night, folks.